I just have to put it into Kajabi.
Mic check on aisle 3.
Was that your Simpsons? Was that your Simpsons? That teenage boy in The Simpsons?
No, that's my normal voice.
Always has his voice cracking.
Not sure if I'm heard.
Mic check on aisle 3.
Oh, no, I'm heard. What a brutal week. Just busyness.
It has been busy. Yeah. Been a busy week.
The county's got that we provisioned a couple, I think about 100 terabytes of space.
Don't talk IT work on a TDD stream.
But it's my life, man.
This is your life.
Not yet. $5 a month ain't getting me much. It's not even getting
I'm
me a
your
gallon-
life now, Tom.
It's not even getting me a gallon of gas. Can't get anything with that now.
I had to put 87 octane in my Mustang.
I'm sure that runs like crap.
It did not like it. It did not. I didn't have to, but I wanted to because I was looking at premium. It was like over $6. I'm like, I'll try some 87. No.
Man, I tried putting that in the Porsche or the BMW and it freaks out. The BMW does better with it. It's got some like adjustment. It says you've put crappy fuel in the car. Adjusting for economy. And you can feel the difference.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa. I think I lost like 80 horsepower.
The Mustang just went. Like, dang.
IT work is life. You know, Razor Core, I would agree with you. But I think AI is going to destroy our lives soon.
There's more to life than work, my friend.
Is there? I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
there is.
Oh, my ad blocker blocked the ad on our own stream.
Don't do that, man. That's a penny. You just lost us a penny.
I did. Do I sit this way? Do I sit like this?
I still don't see what the use of having a countdown timer is if we talk over it the entire time.
It gives people a chance to know that we're starting.
No,
Our
it doesn't.
viewership's better.
We're just talking anyway. Why don't we just talk?
We're
The
not
countdown
talking-
timer. The countdown
about
timer
IT.
does nothing.
We're talking about IT. We're not talking about stocks. It's not stock time. It's IT time.
It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter.
We're doing
Whether it's a
the-
countdown timer or us talking. It's
the
one or the other.
Azure Recovery Services Vault that has
No.
a completely hybrid environment with the local servers. It's actually pretty cool. I can like live migrate things back and forth. It destroys their internet. It's really bad. Like you do the upload, think, oh, that's what caching's for.
I blame the Unify Site Manager and the lack thereof, its features.
That's going through HP and Cisco and fiber. Lots of fiber. City's got fiber.
I
know
got
this-
pink fiber.
You know the city's gonna have a 30 kVA whole like breaker panel. Like their whole building's gonna be running off of this UPS giant system.
When?
As soon as the electrician yells at me for making him replace 30 batteries.
At least it's not my taxpayer money going to that.
It's actually it's already there. It came with the building. It's like, do we keep this? I'm like, yes.
Hell
Like,
yeah, we
yes,
keep it.
that.
We
Remember
could
that?
sell it and buy a Lamborghini.
I don't know if I was working with you or not, but it was that bank that had the security hack, and they got hacked. I had to go out there and look at it.
Hmm.
I guess it's the same building. The bank's not there anymore. They built a new building because the old building that was brand new wasn't good enough. They had to build a newer, brand new building and bank in that building
Okay.
because banks don't make any money.
No, they're not for profit.
10 seconds.
Is it 10? Down to 10 already? It's been
Yeah.
10 minutes?
Yeah. See, IT makes life go faster.
Ah. I digress. I still say we don't need the countdown timer if we're going to talk through the entire thing.
AI would agree with you. AI says that our countdown timer is stupid and that all the viewers that are potentially hanging on every last word of Brian's jokes, your jokes,
No,
click
I wasn't
out
making any jokes.
because they can't hear your jokes. See, that's funny right there. That's a joke.
Just complaining about you and the countdown timer. The countdown timer is supposed to be there when we're not here to give them something to look at.
Well, that would be commercials. They're supposed to put commercials on that. They can
Into just a
overlay
10-minute commercial.
They can do Mint Mobile commercials.
Right.
That's right.
And Rumble Wallet.
I am not sure how many people are going to tune in today because today is Thursday. We normally stream Fridays, so we're going to see how this goes. We told people, particularly last week, that it was going to be a boring stream. Boring for us because we're going to be looking at stocks, and I've got a bunch of positions. Boring numbers. Yeah, I got to make a decision to get us the performance that we've been putting in our title, and it is true. If you look at the portfolio performance, I can show you that. So, 18.54%. That excludes dividend checks. Dividend yield is about 4%. So we're actually doing better than what we told you. We're doing 22.5%, not 20. So, hey, if we screw it up, then at least we got a little bit of wiggle room of margin. The actual gains, excluding our net contributions. So think about that. Excluding our contributions have been $47,000 since September of 2023.
That just tells me you're a liar. You're a lying liar.
That's right. I under promise and
20.
over deliver. I'm over delivering.
You're knowingly telling them some falsehoods.
Yeah, I drive a Geo Metro.
At one point in your life.
See, it's not a lie.
Now it's a BMW. Now it's a used BMW. How old is it now? 6 years?
Yeah.
6 years old? Yeah.
Time to replace it. It's getting too old. Need a new one. You know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of a Model Y, actually.
Yeah. When you're not using it, you could just send it out and have it taxi people around and pay for itself.
There's a thread on Facebook called Holland is so ghetto, and I read that thread, and there are people who take those taxis in that thread. I'm not sure I want my car in Holland because then you don't know where it's been. It's like,
oh, yeah, you do.
It's like you're talking to your kids, like, hey, get that out of your mouth. You don't know where it's been.
It's GPS trackable. It has like 100 cameras on it, so you can see everything that's happening. So, I mean, you could just watch. It's
you know what I'll do is I'll send it to your house, and you'll have a TDD, like a stand in front of your house, like a lemonade stand, and you can hand out like our shirts and just
lemonade stand. Every person who takes your taxi comes through my street.
They have to buy our swag, IT gear, and TDD gear.
This is completely the opposite direction of where I wanted to go. It's like, that's okay. Have a shirt.
Razorcore disagrees with you, Brian. He says that the countdown with us talking is interesting.
I think it'd be more interesting with us talking without the countdown timer.
But then what do we say? There's the screen up there, and it's got stocks, and we're talking like IT nerdiness. How does that function?
Well, you could put something else up there. It doesn't have to be a countdown timer with, I don't know.
What, like
whatever.
My Little Pony?
My Little Pony. Yeah.
Oh,
it's friendship, man.
Hey, look at that. Intel is doing exactly what we said it would.
Can I just be like my kids and be contradictory for no apparent reason?
Sure.
No, it's not.
Why?
You didn't say that.
I did say that.
Because
you have to go back and watch all of our streams.
No, I don't. See how this works?
I do. I have 3 kids.
How long before you get so annoyed that you just turn me off?
What we really need like people in the audience to do that. They need to contradict us and tell us that no, we're stupid and we're wrong.
Wait. You need to stop for a minute and only do half that sentence. What we really need is people in the audience.
Ouch.
Period.
Yeah, that's true. I think Brian just likes it when numbers count up instead of down. 1, 2, 3 numbers. Yeah, so today Campbell's soup is looking good to me.
They are.
They're looking good to me. Got a few things we can talk about. There's Treasury put out think it was like $770 billion of bonds, and nobody's buying them. And we've talked about this too. Supposed to say no, you didn't. But we talked about this too, where we said that if people stop buying government debt, we're in trouble. We become Greece very quickly. We also have, let's see here, AI chief gives it 18 months for all white collar work to be automated by AI.
18 months. No.
Yeah, I don't know about this one. That to me was like, really? You really think that people are just going to lie down and be like, okay, robot, that sometimes gets it very wrong and is
Like,
sure about being wrong? You
all
can have
white
my
collar,
job.
every single one. All white collar. I mean, that's a very big range of jobs.
That's what he says. That's what he says. I don't believe him.
We'll have to read that one.
Yep. And then we got boomers have the space, millennials have the kids. I don't agree with this one either. Millennials do not have the kids. Our birth rate is abysmally low. They're just saying that boomers own all the houses.
But boomers, boomers have kids, but their kids are adults now, so they're not really kids anymore, right?
Yeah.
So it's true.
Yeah, the point of this one is I'm clap backing at Wolf Richter on Wolf Street.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah, that's annoying you that he.
It's not annoying me that.
Yeah, it is. I can sense it.
What's annoying me is that, like, do you ever see this, like, don't ever meet your idols kind of a thing?
Yeah, I was going to tell you that.
Yeah, because I didn't think he was just a chart guy. Like, because every once in a while, it's kind of like Jim Cramer. You'll see the super smart guy come out. And it's like, whoa, that's not the guy that pushes the buttons. Who is this guy? But like every once in a while you'll see in his articles that he's like, yeah, he really knows this segment or something. But then he completely glossed over like the largest population demographic in the United States and just lumped it into all households. Like, okay, you can't do that. But he did it. And then he trolled everybody. Because I was amused by his trolls. I didn't realize how indiscriminate it was. So that's the part that annoys me. It's like, if you're gonna troll, you should be an equal opportunity troller and at least try to understand who you're trolling and why you're trolling. Don't just troll for the sake of trolling. But he could just be an angry guy. I mean, he's just mad at the world, putting out all these articles and nobody's paying me crap for this. It's all this work. And because like every time you go to the site now, it's and in his defense, it is hard to do that. Every time you go to the site, and I was like, avoid the paywall. It's the first thing you see. Like he's going to set up a membership. Like, okay, that's probably time for that. We have another really entertaining thing here. Extremely rare 2,000-year-old bread loaf unearthed at Roman legionary camp. Would you eat it?
No.
Really?
No. Yeah, really. Why would you eat it?
What kind of yeast is in that thing? I mean, look at that. Look at that.
I'm not eating that.
It looks like a rock.
It is a rock. It's petrified, man. It's 2,000-year-old. You can't eat that.
You know what? I bet if you put this in like some swanky upscale like Starbucks in Hollywood, the people that eat gold on their yogurt and ice cream, they would probably be like, "Oh, it's vintage bread." It's aged like fine wine, and they would eat it. You'd make money off of it.
Yeah, I think some weird multi-millionaire would eat it.
How do you?
Because it's rare, right? I had the 2,000-year-old bread. Nobody else has had that.
How do you differentiate that from a rock?
It's a rock.
I mean,
take
seriously,
samples of it, man.
You got a little brush, and you're pushing through the dirt, and you're trying to find like these artifacts. You're like, oh look. It's rye bread.
This doesn't look like a rock.
How do you know? It looks like a rock to me. Yeah.
I got a rock.
Here's this article in case anybody wants to read it. Crazy stuff. That they're reaching when that's the... I mean, look, they're so careful and precise in everything that... I mean, I would have thought it was a turd. I would have, like, stepped on it.
Well, they do the same thing if it was a turd. If it was a Tyrannosaurus turd, they do the same thing. They'd make it carefully excavated and wrapped up and tagged. And this is Tyrannosaurus poop. We're going to find out what he ate.
Maybe that's what they thought it was. It's a mastodon. Oh yeah, Razor Course is it's like those idiots who ate soup made from frozen mammoth. Fromen? What's
Yep.
fromen? Frozen mammoth.
They found in the glacier.
I don't think I could do that either. What if you contract like some crazy rare disease that was dormant for millions of years and it comes back just because you've made soup out of it?
That's what they're talking about from the glaciers melting. Deep down in there, there's some sort of virus that has been dormant for millions of years.
All that permafrost melting, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Russia's got a big problem with that. Subscribe to Keep Reading Fortune. So we've got SpaceX here, another one. They're heading into a record-shattering IPO with the deepest moat that exists today. In their defense, I don't know a lot of companies that actually have a rocket launching platform and a team of scientists, so he's not wrong
And
with that.
that catches its own rocket as it comes back to Earth.
It's like that. There's an old short video of a Chinese tree falling competition, and what it is the play on it where the guys are trying to catch the trees as they fall, and they just show this guy speaking "Hoya, toya," and then they cut the tree and he's standing there looking for the tree. Yeah, that's how I would try to catch a rocket. I would not do very good at that.
I don't know what you watch, but that's I've never heard of that.
You haven't? I'm gonna find it. It's funny. It's a funny video.
So this is the $1 trillion IPO.
I think they were saying it was getting up to 1.7 was the highest that they were thinking it was going to go. That's a crazy value. That's astronomical. Get it?
I got it.
Yeah. So
Wah, wah, wah. I need a button. I need a button to press so I could do the trombone and stuff.
I have buttons. I just don't know how to use them.
You've never programmed them.
I've never programmed them. I can press them, but I don't think anybody would hear it. I would hear it. Bill Gates just did the unthinkable. He sold every last share of Microsoft stock.
Okay.
Everybody associates Microsoft with Bill Gates. Can't do that anymore.
He started it.
He did. And he was ruthless. Ruthless. But yeah, they so on this note, I don't have it. It was on. I saw it on a article that I subscribed to, unfortunately, on Facebook, that was talking about the Magnificent Seven stocks are accounting for 41% of the overall market valuation right now, which is insane at its current like earnings multiples right now. It's at 28 and 30 times earnings, which is very, very expensive for the market. So the fact that Bill Gates is selling and Warren Buffett's selling and all the other people are selling, that should tell you something about the Mag 7 stocks. There's going to be a pretty big reality check, I think, on some of those. And I also think maybe on some of the companies that aren't necessarily making a lot of money. So he sold it all. And when I put this into AI and I said, hey, what stock should we buy this month? And AI was like, Microsoft. It's like, of course, Copilot would say that. It's like, of course you'd say Microsoft. You are part of Microsoft. It's like, okay, fair. But no,
You can buy it from Bill.
We got a few stocks that it recommended and a few of the other ones that I was looking at. And that's all I got, really.
It's too bad you can't NFT that, right? I bought stocks that were previously held by Bill Gates.
Oh, goodness. Put a little space monkey on it.
Yeah.
Sell it on the crypto market.
His happy little face.
Oh, man. So this is, do you want to read this one? 18 months for all white collar?
18 months.
Do you want to do
one of your
this?
kids. Yeah, sure.
All right. Let me get you a good view here. All right, so we're going to do the stocks, but I just wanted to share those things. I thought they were interesting. We normally have more, but today is my day to typically find that stuff, and we're streaming today, so deal with it.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
For the back half of the 20th century, what Fortune founder Henry Lucci, maybe, called the American century, MBA and law degree programs were a ticket to a great office job and a path to the American dream. The 21st century is asking the question, what happens when all those office jobs get automated? In a conversation with the Financial Times earlier this year, the CEO of Microsoft AI, Mustafa Sullivan, I mean,
Sounds like a Civilization video game name. It's like the leader of one of
Mustafa
the, of the
Sullivan.
tribes or something.
He's like the bad guy in a Bond movie.
No
Mustafa
offense to Mustafa. That's a cool name.
delivered another in a series of predictions from AI leaders that white collar work is on the precipice of a radical transformation thanks to AI. His timeline is 18 months until those law school and MBA grads and many less credentialed peers are out of luck. Sullivan predicted human level performance on most, if not all, professional tasks being done by AI. Most tasks that involve sitting down at a computer will be fully automated by AI within the next year or 18 months, he said, naming accounting, legal, marketing, and even project management as vulnerable. Sullivan's warning echoed the viral essay of the week, a version of which was published at Fortune.com right here by AI researcher Matt Schumer, who compared this moment to February 2020 when the pandemic was about to hit America. This will be more dramatic, though, Schumer said. Sullivan cited exceptional, not exceptional
Come on,
growth
Brian.
in
Exponential.
exponential. What did I say? Exceptional.
Exceptional.
Exponential growth in computational power and I was doing so well as a flashing red signal that AI could replace large swaths of professionals. As compute advances, he said, models will be able to code better than most human coders. Schumer and OpenAI CEO Sam Altman have both written about their alarm, even sadness, at watching their life's work rapidly grow obsolete. If Sullivan's warning sounds familiar, that's because it was the tune of early 2025 when many CEOs issued similar apocalyptic prophecies. Anthropic CEO Dario and Mode warned
That's another Civ name. What is this? Are these real people? I don't think they're real people.
warned last May AI could wipe out half of all entry-level white-collar jobs, though recently changed its tune. Ford CEO Jim Farley said AI would cut in half the number of white-collar jobs in the U.S. Jim Farley. Is that Chris's son or brother?
He's now running Ford.
If Sullivan's warning, no, the Atlantic, Josh, not even going to try it, argued the U.S. wasn't prepared for the coming AI disruption, comparing CEO's recent silence on the subject to seeing a shark fin break the water. But the drumbeat is beginning again, with SpaceX CEO Elon Musk saying in Davos in January that he thinks artificial general intelligence, AI that matches or exceeds human level intelligence, could arrive early as this year.
All right, we'll stop it from there. Because then it goes into things that what they're planning on doing, and you can read the rest of the article, you guys, yourselves. But I think, what do you think of this? First of all,
I think their timeline's off, but I think their premise is sound.
I think, I don't know, man. I think people, when you're talking about, for example, in government, you want to be an administrator or a director of a department or something. You need that human connection. Nobody's going to want to sit there and go to a board meeting and talk to a prompt. Or even like if you had a robot sitting there, I don't think they're going to want to talk to a robot. They're going to want to talk to a person. So I don't know. I can see it doing like manufacturing jobs. I could see it maybe assisting some of like the marketing, because like with our thumbnails and things like that, the people who do Photoshop and all the design, I could see that. In fact, it already shows up on, if you ever go to msn.com and look at some of the articles, it's like half of them are junk now. You read them, there's grammatical errors, there's typos. The image is like the guy has 3 fingers. It's like this is
or six.
AI. Somebody did not write this. This is AI making this. That part I can see potentially getting replaced. I could see it also replacing some of the lead generation if you're trying to grow your company or whatever. But I don't think it's going to replace a physical handshake. People want to know that there's another person on the other end that actually cares about what they're trying to do.
I could see it completely taking out something like accounting. Like all accounting is gone. Nobody's doing that anymore. AI is doing it.
I could see, except for like a few people, I could see that shrinking it quite a bit. I think, I don't know about the MBA thing. The where AI is really good is data collection and like shopping for stuff and trying to figure out like, okay, what's a good value mismatch in stocks. It doesn't do good with, right now anyways, macroeconomics, human sentiment, the psychology aspects of the way people behave. It's getting better. The paid for versions are very fascinating too. But I think like the backlash is going to be there. I don't think you can just
Oh
lay
yeah.
off half the population, be like, oh, haha, now we're going to stay rich and you guys can all stay poor. And I mean, there's got to be some kind of way of like universal basic income or something to keep people at least afloat. You stop taking the ability for people to feed their families, they're going to revolt. If they got nothing to lose, what?
That's why I've been saying it for years. You got to keep the middle class happy. Otherwise, once they have nothing to lose, that's when revolutions happen.
Right. And I think like sure the CEOs are saying this stuff because it'll help the company's margin, it'll help the business, but it won't. If long term you play that out, you fire all the people that would be buying your products, who's going to buy your products? AI is not going to buy your product. They don't need shampoo.
Well, I mean
You
that
know?
goes to my thesis, and I was telling Chris this just the other day when I picked up all that equipment that there's a natural progression I see in my viewpoint that once AI does and AI robots, which I guess we'll call androids at this point because they're artificial intelligence within the robot body, once they
That's
start
deep.
doing, yeah, once they start doing the things that humans used to do in manufacturing, coming up with the products, building the products, making the supply chain parts to make the products, mining the materials to make the supply chain parts to make the products. And there's going to be a period where universal basic income and the Democrats are going to be like, ah, yeah, we need universal basic income to supplement the salaries of all the displaced people that aren't
Mm.
making the products but still consume. And as long as AI decides that it's their job to keep giving us the things that we consume, then eventually we grow into a cashless society because we don't need cash anymore because we don't buy the things.
I want
We
to be a
don't work
construction
to buy the
worker.
things.
That's what I'm going to do.
Wouldn't even need to be a construction worker because they could do that. I mean, look at the Autobots. They had a whole construction crew
Can you imagine the
transformed
first
into
time, like Lennar Corporation, they build all the homes in the United States, basically. Not all of them, but the vast majority of the homes are owned and built by them, as far as construction goes. Can you imagine that? Like you got a bunch of union workers sitting there and the roofing materials are framing a house, and this robot walks on site and starts doing the work.
Well, it'd be a 3D printed house. They already have that.
Can you imagine like one of the Elon Musk robots? Oh, it broke. The robot would constantly break.
Well, then there's a little robot that comes out and fixes the robot.
Yeah, they probably trash that one too.
They'll
I don't
self-replicating.
I don't see this going well in like rural America. I see the rednecks and nerds of the world uniting and revolting. I don't see that. It would have to be like you said, the 3D printed house. It would have to be something like that because they're never gonna they're not gonna let you just, oh yeah, my livelihood, I'm just gonna take that from you. Yeah, they're not gonna let that happen.
I think the rednecks will see these things as target practice.
Oh, that's already happening.
They'll be kicking it over and like way out in the country, they'd be shooting them as they go by.
That's already happening. There's so the U.S. Treasury's longest
Just
dated
before you
bond.
get into that,
Oh, okay,
uh,
okay.
Razor Core, let me ask you this. Would you rather, as you call into Cisco or whatever it is you're trying to call into Dell, would you rather get a AI robot or Bob from Pakistan who you can't understand? Or India?
That's a
Hello,
good.
my
That's
name
a
is
good
Bob.
question. That's a very good question.
How may I help you?
Thank you. Come again. Hey, that guy,
Thank you.
those guys have like 5 degrees. They're like
They
super
do.
smart. I want to see if Razorcore answers that, but I'll carry this on. So this next article I got is the yields on the U.S. Treasury's longest dated bond rose to the highest level in almost 2 decades as investor concerns mount that accelerating inflation will force the central bankers to raise interest rates. And I would believe that Warsh would not want to do that, but he's confirmed today or tomorrow, I think. At least I think that's when he comes in.
Yeah.
But the thing I'm watching here, and in case anybody's like, why would you care? What I'm looking for is if the short term T bills are and like the rates go over the long term bonds. When the yield inversion happens, then you got a problem. And it's crossed twice, but then inflation kicked up again both times in the past 3 years, 4 years. So when that happened, I was expecting something to crash. We're like, hey, it's time, and nope, it wasn't time. So it's getting close again. We're gonna see what happens. It could just be the spring trough because of taxes, but it's just one of those things you got to pay attention to in the market. And because if the yield gets high enough, we might just buy another T bill. So
I agree, Razor Core. I would rather deal with AI as well.
Really, dealing with shish kebab.
Mm.
That's not very nice. All right, so Intel. So here's our portfolio, and we talked about it at the very beginning. Where there you go.
Go us.
Go us. Yay, $150,000 portfolio performance, including the dividend yields. It's about 22.5%. So not that. Excluding dividend yields, it's 18.5. And then we gained about almost $47,000 over the past 3 years, roughly 2.5 years. And just
And so
profits.
can you.
So can you. All you gotta do is watch, and I don't know what sometimes I get really frustrated by this because like we are literally giving people the secret sauce of how to it's not quick, but how to get wealthy, how to
Yeah.
get financially independent. Might take some time. You could be making $5 an hour. I started making $5 an hour living out of my car. So yeah, you can do this. It just takes some discipline, and the only thing people want to hear is crypto to the moon. So it's really annoying, but it is what it is, I guess. And most of the people who do trade crypto, they go bankrupt. There's a reason for that. There's no product. There's
You're
nothing
picking the
there.
wrong crypto.
Yeah. So Intel, we sold them. We had $30,000 of profit in Intel, and we sold them. They went up a little bit more. Now they're kind of flatlining. This is kind of where I wanted to be with the sale. I wish I could have gotten that extra 6 or 7%, but not a big deal long term. So watching Intel still, if they tank, somebody asked me if they go down to $20 or $30 a share. I don't think they'll go down that. Like that's ridiculous. But if they did, would I buy them again? Oh yeah, I'd buy them again.
Oh yeah. Something really bad would have to come out, like a sex scandal or something. I don't know, of like the entire management.
They'd have to be part of like the AI robot revolution.
It came out that the board of
That would hurt the
directors were
stock.
all at Epstein Island or something. I don't know.
Disney has that going on with their cruise lines. I guess they were trafficking children on their cruise ships, and that's been played under, which is horrible. Thank you, Razorcore. We've got a few people that watch. It's about 24, give or take, on and off, that we've made recommendations and helped them out. I don't claim that we're always going to get it right, so always fact check us and make sure you know your finances. But I'd like to know that we're actually helping people.
Well, nobody's not even Warren Buffett's right all the time, except for Warren or Pelosi. Pelosi's the only one that's always right. But
She is good. I'll give her that.
but
She's
yeah,
less good now though that she's not in the office, which is really interesting.
well, she already made 300 million. So what do you know?
And you could buy like Colgate toothpaste and just sit on that and be wealthy the rest of your life.
You got AOC's. She's up to 5 million. She had 12,000 when she started. So
There's a part of me that wants to know like how did that happen? But there's another part of me that actually knows, and that maybe I shouldn't be part of that.
let it go.
Let it go, like
Accept it.
Frozen.
Just accept it. Let it go,
So,
Elsa.
so we've got some stocks to look at. The ones I'm going to go back and look at the cost basis for our portfolio. So if I come down here to the low players, most of the low ones, like Anali Capital, I can't believe they're still positive. They keep diluting their shares. It's like, all right, somehow they keep going up.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Yeah, hit like 3 times. So we got Xylem Inc. is the one that's pretty low. We could take a look at them. XYL, that's pretty good for us. And then another one that's down is PayPal, which maybe I jumped the gun on them, but they could
Yeah.
potentially buy some more. Then the only other one that's kind of low on this list is, well, actually there's two. There's Procter & Gamble. That's a good long-term play. And then Campbell's Soup. And Campbell's Soup, they're nearing the top. I want to add more to them because I don't think that they had a 5% revenue drop. Basically, if you take that out over a couple of years, it's been 13%. They had a restructuring that they're trying to do, and the stock has been devalued 43%. That doesn't make sense. Like the numbers aren't there. Same thing with Intel. Like Intel is trading at their book value. It's like this doesn't make sense. So I'd like to look at them a little bit more, just to see like why are they getting brutalized, and is there an opportunity there? General Mills is on my list too, but we have quite a few stocks in our portfolio. I don't want to get too diluted. So first one is Disney. We can go take a look at Disney real quick. Disney investor relations. First thing you see is like, no, we weren't associated with the cruise that had our name on it. What is this? Moffett Nathanson. Don't know who that is.
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, of course you're not going to see it here. That's
Oh, you're not going to see that cruise. Not in their investor relations. We're just going to bury that.
so that's 2025 proxy statement. Let's see their 2026 proxy statement. We're going to Disney in September. I'd like to hopefully not get irritated at my in-laws because we're taking them with us. And they are not the type of people who go to places like that. So it should be interesting. All right, so let's look at their financial highlights. I'm going to zoom in a little bit if I can. And for those of you watching, this is not our normal gig, but we need to pick a stock next week. So I need to take a look at some of these companies to see what's going on with them. So revenue in billions, they are still climbing. Do you think they're going to do that this year with gas prices and everything being way up? And all the layoffs and stuff? Do you think this is going to climb?
No. Not for a little while.
Look at their earnings per share. It's way up. Cash from operations. So from 2023, granted, you're still coming out of the lockdown mode that everybody was in. 2025, that's double. That's 2 years. Operational revenue has doubled.
Not from their movies or the media. That's coming from their parks and cruise lines. The experiences.
It's a lot of mouse tours. Income before taxes. Yeah, okay. Yeah, jeez. This is why we're looking at Disney. Okay, CFO experience. Ooh.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
another
talking about
thing
the.
is they're
Oh, go
making a
ahead.
lot of moves as far as their upper management and directors. Like Bob Iger's out, Kathleen Kennedy, moving people around. So maybe there's some optimism there.
Evaluate the board compensation. I want to see what this is. The audit committee, governance nominating, compensation committee. Yes.
All right. So answer your question. The Moffett Nathanson Media is an internet and communications conference that Hugh Johnson, Senior Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer for Walt Disney, is going to talk at, do a question and answer. So that's what that is.
What is PBUs? Pay-based units? Peanut butter and not
Underwear.
jelly. Underwear? Peanut butter. The at-risk compensation, all the stock options and the PBUs. So in theory, 16% of his pay is guaranteed. So how much does like the CEO of Disney make? What do you got for that? I bet you the 16% is still a massive number. It's when a CEO tells you, "Oh, I only make like $1 million." No, you don't.
Product business unit.
Wow, he takes dividends. Why don't they give that to the people that work there?
Because he deserves it.
Really?
Yeah.
How much is it? How much money is that? It's a 113 page governance report.
This says the Josh Amaro, the current CEO of Disney, makes approximately 38 to 45 million a year.
Is that gross?
Base salary is 2.5 million.
Yeah, okay. So that's the 16%.
Yep. Then stock incentives were 26 million. Then he's got a one-time payment of 9.7 million.
I'm glad to see that they have a tenure of more than 6 years because at that pay, you could work for 1 year, pay your taxes, and then retire.
Hell
So
yeah.
the fact that they're continuing to work is actually a mission statement more than it is an income statement. How much do you really need, though? I mean, you got $100 million. Let's say you got invested.
300.
What do you even do with that? Like what?
Anything I want is the answer.
That's $15 million safe in dividend checks every year.
Yeah.
We got $1 million a
Okay,
month.
what would I do that? So if I had $15 million a year in just dividend checks given to me, I would probably make 10 people a millionaire a year. And the rest of it would just be spent on vacations and experiences and
Look
trips.
at the. I'm glad Disney's being transparent with this stuff. A lot of people don't realize that this is out there. Most major corporations publish this stuff.
Now, what they're not transparent about is how much they actually made or lost from buying Star Wars.
Yeah, that's not as readily available.
No,
It does show up, but it's kind of blanketed into their overall operating margins.
it is. Yeah, you got to do a lot of investigating to get exactly the right amount.
So Mr. Froman made $36,000 in tax reimbursements. He traveled a lot.
Yeah.
Charitable contributions. See, this is nothing here is like, oh no, this is horrible. Because if you look at the how much the Johnson and Johnson and other companies like that, how much those CEOs make, it's not a Disney's not paying by comparison a huge number. They're paying
Yeah,
less.
it's not grossly more. No. Yeah. Or Pfizer's CEO.
So they were the reason why I'm looking at this is they were talking about, well, we're going to be more transparent on the way we make our money, and this is they did it. I would not have wanted to be the person who did this report.
Especially
Holy
seeing
cow.
how Disney owns just a crap load of other companies.
And this is
Synergy.
all the synergies. This is
I saw
synergies.
it in there. Synergy. They have a whole paragraph in Synergy.
Really? Let's find it.
It was up there. You scrolled past it.
I want to see how many. There's only one. Oh,
Three.
three. There's three. Okay.
They're focusing on synergy.
Focusing on synergy. I gotta take a screenshot of that. No, I'll do it later. What do we have here? This is the bonus payouts. Target bonus as a percentage of base salary. So
Look at Iger making a bonus.
a $7 million. Now, granted, after taxes, that's still $3.8 million. But I would take that.
I would take that.
That's a crazy bonus.
That would double what I've got.
What could somebody do that would justify that? Like, what would you have to do to get? I want to like spend a week with these guys, maybe a month. It's like a whole month. Just say, okay, what are you doing that's making you that kind of money?
Now remember, Bob Iger was retired. He was living his retirement dream when they brought him back to replace Chapek.
There's his equity options. So he's up to $42 million.
Good God.
At a certain point, I don't think they're doing it for the money.
Right.
Oh goodness, we don't have to read all this. Oh, they think their industry peers are Alphabet, Amazon, Apple. Yeah, that makes sense. Apple's very much a data broker for all the iPad people and Apple device
Yep.
people. Comcast, Meta. Yep, Meta's not Facebook anymore, at least not mainly. Netflix, Paramount, Warner Brothers. Yeah, okay.
Then you got the communications and
Wait, Nike?
software.
Why would Nike be a media peer? Oh, general industry. Okay, I was reading it wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking for something specific. Goodness. So he made, man, $112 million, something like that.
Over 3 years.
That's enough. Even after taxes, you still got 70 million, just about 70 million. Dividend
That's
checks
it.
on that.
How can you live off that?
3 million a year. And that's on like toothpaste stocks. That is just ridiculous. The CEOs should make more. The board members should get compensated for their time. But I think the distribution of that should go to the people that are putting on like maybe the Mickey Mouse costumes. If they had some financial reports about how that spreads out, I think people would be less up in arms about it. But I don't see that coming anytime soon. Because how long do you think this report took them to put together?
A while. And just look at all the videos that come out with like Disney princesses that play the princesses in the park. They're very well like handled. They can't do anything while they're a princess.
Handled is the right word.
There's so many words and rules and things that they can say and can't do, and if they break any one, they're like immediately fired and disgraced. It's just crazy.
Can you imagine that? Trying to be in like a costume like that and having to act a certain way. You got some kid that comes up to you, is like, "Oh, Princess Hachu," like right on your, like that. That's I couldn't do it. I couldn't.
And you
do
just
that.
have to like, that's great.
Oh, it's okay. I'll use my magic to take that off, because I'm Elsa.
I'm a princess.
Total, there we go. Reconciliation summary compensation table. Total to compensation actually paid for Mr. Iger.
Iger.
$63 million. That is still half of J&J. So good on Disney for not being like crazy exponentially ridiculous with pay. And they break it down here.
And let's be clear. I mean, Disney's business model is still a good business model. They're going to make money. They need to fix their movies and their culture, but once they do that, they'll be back on track.
$63 million. Unfortunately, that barely makes a dent on their net operating margin.
Right.
It doesn't touch them very much. Okay, so that's their statement. Let's go look at the actual numbers. Show more. Let's go look at this. So since people were all YouTubey about them, remember that? All the YouTubers during COVID were like, oh, buy Disney. Wow,
they're all shut down. You can't go to it. Buy Disney. Well, that was when Disney Plus came out, and there was a lot of hype that was going to be the next Netflix.
There's your hype bubble right there. I still don't get, like, the people who do that. I don't understand why after 10 years they don't learn from it. Like, you made the mistakes. You're making the same mistakes 10 years later that you were making when you first started this. Stop doing that.
10 years is a long time, man. You forget the things.
You would really think you'd forget if you lost like $100,000 in the stock? I wouldn't forget that. Kidding me? I don't forget if I lose $1.
You get sucked back into the hype train.
FOMO. Let's buy Enron. Oh, Disney bounced. Okay, all right, so if we're looking at where they were kind of back here, right? Mid 2010, 2015-ish, 2017. They were around $106. Yeah, kind of bouncing off of $95, and today they're at 103. So they're trading back to where they were in 2016. We're not going to be able to go back that far, but we could take a look at some of their overall earnings. Yeah, this is what I expected based on that. So now they're trying to bring it back up. What is it at now? So they're at $1.25 per share. And these are good numbers, especially for Disney. Because before, when they were getting hyped, they weren't so good.
Yep.
Especially with their major acquisitions and the whole stuff with them arguing about they're being woke in Florida, and that was interesting.
It was the wokeness, and then there was the movies. Like they were perennial movie juggernauts, right? And then they started making movies that suck because they all had this deep message that's just thrown into your face, and the consumers decided they hated it. So they have to stop doing that, start making good movies again. That will bring people to their parks. That will bring revenue.
I liked Mandalorian. I thought.
Did you watch Mandalorian Grogu?
I did. I watched the whole series. Not the movie.
No, the movie that just came out like yesterday.
Nope, did not watch it.
No. I liked Mandalorian season 1 and 2. Season 3 fell apart for me. And just was not good. So I'm not anticipating Mandalorian Grogu to be like earth-shattering good.
Man, they are. I wish I could go back and look at our old streams when we were looking at this, because their trailing 12 months is way above where it was. I think they were below 4 or right around 4 in 2024. I don't know if you can quote me on that or not, but I'm pretty sure this was much lower. So for every EPS, so basically the gross adjusted earnings per share trailing on 12 months is 6.25 or $6.25. So that means for every share out there, they're making $6.20. And if you want to see how many shares there are, they have 1.74 billion shares. So you multiply that times 6 point whatever. Gives you a big number. Price relative to their earnings. Pretty cheap. They think it's going to go down more, though, which I could see that. Gas prices, airline prices. I got to buy the plane ticket soon. But
24 2024 trailing 12 months was $3.09.
I was right. I remembered something.
Hmm.
Don't ask me to do that again.
You're off by $1, just to be
I was
fair.
off by 10 cents. I said about four times.
Yeah, it's $3.09.
Oh, nine cents. I thought you said 90. Oh, okay.
No,
Close.
you're close.
Close enough. All right. So if their stock is trading where they were 6 years ago, what happened to them in that time? Total assets are down. Total liabilities are way down.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how much equity they got. Total shares outstanding has increased. No
By 100
bueno.
million.
Okay. Nothing alarming. But their revenue's up 50%. That makes sense.
Expenses are up.
Lockdown mode right here.
Yep.
Expenses are up by a lot. Operating income, oh man.
That shot up.
I wonder if this is the normal or this is the normal. Are you able to pull up like the operating income over like 10 years just to see did it hover around 5 billion or was it 8 billion? I know inflation has to be counted. I'm not looking to try to normalize those numbers. I just want to get an idea. Not net income, just the operating income. Boy, they had a really good last year was a really good year for them. The stock doesn't reflect that.
$2020, they lost 1.9 billion. Looks like their average is around between 10 and 13 billion.
Okay, so this number is average. This year is their average, so they're back to where they were. Okay.
Yep, so they're back to where they were in 2017, 2018.
All right, so we'll have to go back to look at that. Let's see where they were trading, because it could just be where they recovered and not a value mismatch. Here's a good sign, though. Look at their debt reduction. Go Disney. They're paying it all down.
That they are.
Look at their cash flow, though. They started with $18 billion. That's really good considering the time frame that they were in. And they only withdrew $2 billion that year. And then now they're up to, down to 5.8. Yeah, just under 6. Let's look at quarterly. They don't report it. They only report it on an annualized basis. So we're not going to see anything. Okay. What about their income? Are we going to see it on that maybe? Maybe in there? Total operating income? Something to see? Something to see? Big whammies? No?
Stop. No whammies.
No whammies.
Expenses are up a little.
So this is we took a hit in 2020 and now we're recovering story. This is not a people think we're stupid and we're not stupid. Not as exciting as I would have thought. I would have thought these guys would have been a better buy. They're not bad. I mean, if I had them, I wouldn't sell them. There's nothing here that says this is a terrible play.
No.
If you look at 2017, who would you say that was? 2017?
2017, yeah. 2018.
Yeah,
They started go down in 2019.
So they were trading at $105 per share, which is kind of where they're at now. If I look at the cost of gas, the cost of fuel, the Strait of Hormuz being closed still, and I don't think Pride is going to let, on either side, that open up anytime soon without paying a fee. I think Iran's going to tariff everything. which I find funny and horrible at the same time. They are not our friends. I don't care what anybody says. They do not like us, and they will not like us, even if Trump's gone. They're not gonna. They're not gonna. They do not like America. So with that happening, I don't see park attendance recovering, especially knowing their tickets. Now, we did get a hotel for like 14 days, and it was a suite. It's got its own kitchen. It's got 3 bathrooms. It's actually a hotel, like right next to the park for $3,000. It's got a water park in the hotel. It's pretty ridiculous. And I guess there's a giant El Nino happening this year, so maybe we'll do a recording in the middle of a hurricane that's like a Category 15 hurricane.
It's gonna be hot.
Yeah, I hope not, but I think it might be pretty hot in September. So
Yep.
we will
It is.
see.
I don't mind it, but other people do.
I will. My wife will love it. She'll think it's great. Which I think it's great because she wears dresses when she's not super cold, and that's never in Michigan. So I'm always lamenting. Maybe so there will be some silver line. I might be sweating and dying, but she'll look good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think Disney is there yet. I think
It's not bad, but is it a depressed stock that of a good company that we want to buy?
No, I don't see it right now. I want to come back to these guys this fall.
What does it
Maybe-
need to go down to? What's your floor?
Go look up the trailing PE ratio. 12 months for that. Go back 15 years. Give me the lowest number and tell me what year that was. I'm willing to bet it's like 2012, maybe 2016. You got to exclude 2020. That's an anomaly.
Yeah, 2020 was negative 65.
Yeesh. Okay. What else?
The lowest was 2011, excluding 2020. So 2011 was 11.8.
That's close.
Went up, and then 2017 would be the next lowest,
13?
14.5.
Dang. Okay.
So it's 11.8, 14.2, 18.8, 19, 18.1, 17.6, and it goes down, then back up in 2019.
So there's
2021 was 89.6.
So their PE ratio, if you take the price of the stock, you divide it by the earnings, that's what that is. We did a video on this like 4 years ago. It wasn't a good one, but it was. So there was, it's at 16.66. So that's not cheap compared to where they've historically been. The forward PE, they're talking about it dropping. So they think that either earnings or like the price of the stock will be like the book value will go up. So I think, I don't think they're there yet. I think they will be. And I think we're going to buy a lot of them when they get there, but I don't see that happening just yet. Oh, that's why they don't report. I forgot these guys are a semi-annual dividend payer. I don't like companies that do that normally just because they can change it middle of the year.
Good afternoon, Spartacus. Welcome to our Thursday.
Yeah, this is not Friday. I'm sorry. It's just that day. We got to get this done. Brian's traveling tomorrow. That's why. It's his fault.
I am. He gave me a day off.
Yay! The peasants rejoice. We can go.
Yay.
I don't get a day off. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, you do. You're going to Disney.
Well, yeah, like months from now, assuming that like the world doesn't end before then. You see those investment, like those articles saying the world's gonna end in May. It all starts in May. The Robert Kiyosaki stuff.
Doomed.
You know, if you say doom long enough, you get at least, it's like the broken clock. You'll eventually get it right. So this next one is Novartis. They're a pharmaceutical company, which we've got a few of those already. So I'm already kind of thinking no. But this showed up on a kind of a Dogs of the Dow type screen that I have on Tuesday. So I wanted to see potentially where their numbers sit. First of all, Disney's dividends looked really good, by the way. Those looked nice and healthy. Way better than these guys do.
Yeah.
These are still not bad. It's just
Yeah.
it wasn't 20% and then 400%.
Right.
Wow, they do make money though.
56 billion.
Merck, yeah, these are a competitor to Merck. So what is their margin by comparison? They're oh, okay. Yeah, wow, that's a much higher. Okay, so let's look at real quick with these guys. Shrinking assets. Liabilities staying the same. That's not a good thing. This is good. Shares outstanding dropped by 15%. Okay. Total revenue up. Operating income doubled. Almost doubled.
Expenses up a little bit.
Net income cut in half.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't like this one either because this tells you about the pandemic once more. This is another story that says that, oh, okay, let's capitalize on suffering. I don't like that idea. Unless I'm the one doing it. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't want to be that guy. You must answer for what you do in life after you live. So the total cash from operations. Yeah,
Up?
Yeah, it's up, but it's not like
Earth shattering.
Yeah, so why did this come up on the screen then? If this was, is this just because they took a major hit? Let's go look at that.
Wasn't even a major hit. I mean, they're down, but I wouldn't say that's major.
No, because this is, yeah, you're right. That's not the numbers. No, these guys are out. I don't know how this one got on the stream. The screen, not the stream. Goodness. I have some Pfizer, but they look like a dead cat. They
Do you
kind
swing
of do,
it?
don't they?
Swing it by a tail?
Is it Schrodinger's Pfizer? We have Pfizer too. You can look at them.
Yeah.
That is a dead cat. That's true. They do look like a dead cat. This is one of those ones that has been a deep value mismatch for years. Like, for some reason, they just haven't come out of their slump. The reason is the lawsuits. People aren't sure.
And there are many.
Yeah, there are many. People aren't sure, like, what the payout's going to be, if there's going to be a settlement. In the meantime, they keep paying this massive dividend, and we have them. I mean, they haven't treated us poorly.
There's all the COVID vaccine injury lawsuits. Too.
And this is the other reason why the stock hasn't gone anywhere. They're paying out 130% of their earnings currently, and the coverage ratio is less than 3/4. So, or 3/4 of a year. So you've got this 7%, whatever this yield is. Yeah, 6.7%. That's not the yield. The yield's more like 4.8. That's what they can afford. And
how much cash do they have left to pay that out?
So that's the other part too, is like the stock could be beaten up because of in Spartacus. This is one that we own, so that's why I'm looking at it. I'm curious too. It's a good pick. Total assets, yeah, so those are up. Total liabilities also up a little bit more. Yes. No, actually no. Okay.
We'll talk about profit. 200 billion.
That's an astronomical number.
Total revenue 62 billion.
We need to look at this quarterly after this just to see the total operating income. Yeah, I don't know. This is one of those stocks that during the pandemic, they, like Johnson & Johnson, they just got ballooned.
And that was a payday for them. The government gave them a lot of money.
So this is, I don't know if this is like the dead cat scenario or if it's just like more normalizing, like what we just saw with Disney. I think Disney is normalizing. I think these guys are going to be doing that too. I think the settlements make them a value mismatch, but the timing on that, I don't have a crystal ball for that. 3M took the settlements that they had with the government and they split off Solventum and gave Solventum like $9 billion of debt. They had to like recover from that. Made their balance sheet look good and inflated the stock price. So we had 80% gain on that. But there's more to the picture here than that, because Pfizer, they have a massive moat.
Yeah, they're still making $11 billion.
Is that what that is? Yeah, they are. Wow. Even after they still have almost $8 billion, $7.8 billion of net income.
Yeah,
So what are they doing with that? If we look here,
they're paying dividends.
so $2 billion short-term reduction, 3, so that's up to 5. Now we're 6.7, so 11, maybe 12. And they issued
10.
the same amount. But look what they did last year in 2024. They paid it all back, except for this. And well, the year before that, oh,
They're paying that back is what they're doing.
yeah. So
their long-term debt.
those are settlements and buyouts, sir.
Yep.
That's what those
30
are.
billion. Ooh, their cash is down.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't think their dividend's stable. Pfizer, I don't think they're worth selling, but let's
Probably
look
not
at their chart.
Spartacus. I mean, it's probably a 3.5%, 4% dividend, not a 6.5%, 7%.
Hold these guys for 3 years. Watch what happens.
Do you agree with that, Tom?
Well, let's do some math. You say 4%?
I'm saying 3.5%, 4% tops.
So to get to a coverage ratio of 150%, which is considered healthy, you're going to have to cut the dividend in half. The payout ratio would then also so this would make this number 65% roughly, and this would make which is still high, but doable. And then this one would have to be 150%. That means that this dividend check becomes 3.34-ish. I don't think it'll get cut that much. I think it's going to be closer to 4. What Brian says is probably pretty close. Boards have a really, because like the CEOs, like investors like us, people hold these stocks because they pay profit sharing.
Right.
And the people that sit on the board and the CEOs get paid in stock. So if they have stock, they also get dividend checks. They are very disincentivized because a lot of their compensation comes from that to not decrease that, to decrease that. So they don't want to decrease the dividend check. They want to increase it. I think again though that the settlements and all the things that happened with these guys during the pandemic, that's gonna bottom soon. Whether it happens this year or it happens, 2 years from now, regardless of whoever the next administration is, their product defensive moat, the profits that you're getting, the dividend checks you're getting are going to come from that. This is not one that you buy and expect to do what Intel does over the next year. This is a 3 to 4 year play. But if you take that out over 3 to 4 years, I think you'll get pretty good money out of it. And if you even look at the charts, if we want to be a technical guy for just a minute, let's look at the Bollinger Bands and the MACDs. I'm in the wrong place. Let me go back. Got to find Pfizer. All right, here we go. I think we have quite a bit in Pfizer. They're trading right now back to where they were in 2012 and again in 2007. So if you were to, now granted they did split, I think they only split once. Yeah, there was one split back then. So what was their earnings back in 2012, Brian? Do you know what their margin was?
I don't know.
2013, 2012? Like their net income? Because that could tell us some things. And Spartacus, this is also one that pays a qualified dividend. So unlike an ETF or an REIT, you are going to get these as a tax advantaged style dividend. Still going to pay taxes, but you're not going to pay nearly as many taxes. Capital gains are much better.
Their net income in 2012 was 14.57 billion.
14 billion. Okay. Keep that in mind. All right, so here we go. 31,287. So we're looking to get back to that point. Even in 2021, they reclassified 2 years. Oh, is this it? Yeah, okay. This is annual. I was making sure. I thought for a minute that said quarterly. So no, I think that and if you look at their total revenue, how much was their total revenue back then? Because we're at 62. It should be close. These numbers should be pretty close. Wait for it.
This says 58.98, so 59 billion.
Okay. Not a lot of growth. They've been flat. But again, watch that turn around. Give it 3 years. That's a long time. Yeah, you're still going to probably make 5 to 6% dividend checks each year.
Yep.
So if you had a 10% growth on some of your other stocks, this is going to contribute 5% to that.
And if they come out with a groundbreaking product, a drug of some sort, that's always a possibility.
That's Pfizer. They probably have 15 of these things.
Just sitting around.
Sitting there. Cure for cancer might be back there. Who knows?
We could cure leukemia, but we're not going to. We're just sitting on it until we need it.
Still inflated. Dead cat stock. That's kind of funny. Come on, Pfizer. Okay, get me there. Thank you. All right, now we can go look at this. I was wondering why it looked weird. There we go. Hey, that's Pfizer. How about that? There we go. 10 years. So when you're looking at a value mismatch and they're trading back to where they were in 2016 and you're coming to today, you're trying to look at like cash flow improvements, operating margin improvements, better products, bigger defensive moat. And if the price of the stock relative to that is cheap, that's a good play. But you got to go back in time. And you go back in time here, the things are basically even. You said they were 58 billion in revenue.
58,
and they're at
59.
62. So there's been inflation. So that's not an equal number, but I don't think that justifies going from $32 a share to 25. That's a pretty big hit. That's almost 30% from that date. So there's still a value mismatch here based on what they are and who they are. I don't think you're going to do bad buying them now. I don't think you're going to see it skyrocket 500%, but that's not why you buy these guys. So, yeah. Moving on, going to IBM. Let's go look at IBM. I don't think it'll go to half price if they cut the dividend. Because remember, anytime a company pays a dividend, it comes right out of the equity of the business. So the stock value goes down exactly by the amount of the dividend check because that comes out of this like equity of the company. That's why a lot of people are total growth team people that they say, hey, I don't like dividend checks because if the business has nowhere to grow, nothing to do, then they pay that back to you and you pay taxes on it. It's better to get total returns than it is to like just bleed a dividend out. I think what's going to happen is if they cut the dividend to 1%, you might see it drop a little bit, but the book value of the stock will get better and you'll see the price accumulate. This is a company that the earnings are not just going to magically disappear tomorrow. If they do, I'll be really surprised. If
they do cut it to 4, you're going to see that dividend growth over time again back up to 6% probably.
Yeah, that's what I mean about their products aren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Look at IBM. I did sell IBM, by the way, and now I'm trying to buy some of them back, but man, How much of them do we have? Should I even add more to them? I've got quite a bit personally. Where are they in our portfolio? Let's sort it by cost basis. Good. Okay. They
IBM
are
right there, right in the middle.
right in the
Middle.
middle. Ah, there they are. Okay, six.
Oh,
Oh,
now it's at
yeah,
the top.
yeah. No, no, we can't. We can't do that. Dang. Okay, so IBM's out. You are
And we bought
welcome.
quite a bit of them from the Intel sale.
Spartacus, remember when you're investing, you got to take the mindset of when the stocks crash, which they probably will soon. I don't know why they're not, but they're somehow people are absorbing $6 a gallon of gas and 7% mortgages and ridiculous. Somehow it's still like floating. 40. I think it was. It was one of the reports I read 2 days ago that was talking about the Mag 7 stocks equating for 41% of the overall market capitalization of the S&P. So they are vastly dwarfing the valuation of all the other businesses. That is bubble territory, is what that is. So eventually that bubble's going to pop, but when it does, this is what you want. This is why I'm not worried about Pfizer. If in a bad economic situation, if you need the money, the last thing you want to be on a total growth stock return team is somebody who needs to pull the stock out. Because, like I explained with Intel, when you sell a stock, somebody has to buy it. It's just like the government issuing bonds and T-bills. Somebody has to buy them. If they don't, the rate goes up. Look what happened in the 1980s. You can figure out like some pretty nasty things then. Anybody who lived through that could amen that, but I did not. I was alive, but I was like 2.
I was alive, but I was in investing in '87.
So in those scenarios, typically if they clear an X date and they say I'm going to pay $1 per share or whatever, and 20% of the stock or 30% of the stock just takes a bludgeoning, people sell it. That's 30% less people that own the stock once the X date was declared. Sometimes they pay the extra overages to the remaining shareholders.
We were going to pay it to
Sometimes.
these guys, but we're just going to distribute it.
They don't always do that, but AT&T did that during the recession. My dividend check was ridiculously big. It's like,
You
whoa.
you get what's called a special dividend.
Yeah. So you want to like plan for the floor first. Don't plan for the growth. When you plan for this, the drops become more opportunities for you, not like, oh no, the value is going down. What happens to me when that stuff happens, like when the market does actually dump, is I look at my income and I go, wow, instead of me getting 3%, I'm going to get 10% for my,
Right.
and that's like opportunity time. So
I
try
kind
to,
of think about it like going to a job interview. You're looking at the salary. You don't expect the bonuses, right? Because they try to play up. You're going to get these bonuses every year, which will pop up your salary. No, I look at what my salary is, and if I get a bonus, well, that's a bonus. That's special. It's like, ooh, yay, yay me. But I don't count on that for my income.
right, right. I don't think basing it on growth only. We've got a couple stocks that are growth stocks in a portfolio,
Yeah.
but we don't base that because the market can be pretty unpredictable. I mean, look at Intel. We saw that coming. If you've been doing this long enough, for like 24 years almost for me now. I mean, Brian, you've been doing this for almost 30, so it's you can kind of see when the FOMO people and the day traders say, "Oh, that one's interesting," because the stock just immediately becomes completely irrational. It's like, what happened? There's nothing going on that would cause this except for people's greed. And
Yeah.
you want it, don't play into that and make sure you don't budget your life that way. Because if you're budgeting for Intel stock to jump by 500% and the market crashes because AI is taking everybody's job, you lose your job, and now you need to sell Intel stock. Do you think the people that were trying to sell, like, look at this is Bank of America. Look at 2008. If you tried to sell, remember I told you if people don't buy bonds and T-bills, the rate goes up, and then they issue, like eventually somebody buys it when a rate hits a certain point. If you were trying to sell Bank of America stock, now granted this is a much longer time frame, but look at 2008. Let's say you had $100,000 in Bank of America back then. So you went from, if you were at $100,000 at $54 a share, down at the very bottom. Let's say you didn't quite hit the bottom. Let's say you got close. You were at what is this?
Eight.
$8, 850. You've got maybe $15,000 left. Do you really want to budget based on that?
Right.
Don't
now,
do that.
If you're not retiring and you're just in the market, like time in the market trumps timing the market type deal, then you're okay. But if you were retired at that point and you were counting on that $100,000 as money that you need to buy the food and pay the bills, you're screwed, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't wait that out because you need that money. So that's the case against growth versus dividend in retirement.
That's one of the reasons why I don't like 401k forced withdrawals. Like they make you take the money out, you have to take it out.
Yeah.
I would rather just transfer it into like a dividend paying equity and try to live like I work at McDonald's for 10 years and then I actually can live a little bit better than that, even if the market's going south. Because quite frankly, like Campbell's Soup, Pfizer, Merck, General Dynamics, Intel, a lot of these companies, people still need, like 3M, a good example, you still need a roof. If your roof breaks and the economy's going bad, how long are you going to go without like a leaky roof? I see some people put tarps over it and stuff, but eventually you're going to have to replace it. So eventually, like they're going to make their money. You're going to need to do this. So here's, what is this? Bank of America. Look at this number here. Holy crap. Do you think that's real? Do you think that's inflated by something?
Ugh. I don't know, man.
So what does this tell you? This tells you that, so the payout ratio, they're paying 20% of their earnings in dividends, but they're holding on to enough cash to cover the dividend for 5 years.
5 times. Yeah.
So for 5 years, they can pay their dividend. And that's 2%. That tells me they're planning for a crash. They expect asset bubble or the everything bubble to pop.
To be fair, they don't pay out a huge dividend. It's not super inflated. Look at, they got $290 billion in cash. $231 billion in cash.
It is down from where they were before.
Yeah. I mean, they are a bank.
Man, anybody says that banks don't make, they're sitting on 231 billion. Now, if somebody like says, "Hey, I can't pay my mortgage," or they need to sell a home, banks have to be asset heavy and cash heavy, otherwise they go belly up if there's a crash. So this is them protecting themselves, and that's a good thing. You want that. You want to make sure that you can get the money out of the bank when you need it. So that's not uncommon.
Look at their cash
to see
from
that.
operations.
Huh? What? Cash from operations?
Yeah. They've had some good years and some bad years.
Look at all those investments, man. I'd be curious to know what they are. Like, what are they buying? Who are they giving loans to? Cheese factories. It's
everybody.
All cheese factories, Tom. It's the next big thing to the moon. My wife went to the Dutch Village with my my daughter. What is going on? There, income statement. What? No income statement? Income statement's not available. Refresh. I don't believe it. Yeah. Okay. Wait. There you go. Okay. We don't want to show you how much we're making.
It's not available.
All right.
You don't get to know. Where is it? Where is it? Scroll down. There it is.
Flat.
30 billion. Just 30 billion.
Man, I'd take 1% of that and be rich. It's ridiculous. And in a way, when you buy a dividend paying stock, you're taking 2.16%.
That'd be my 300 million.
The thing that's crazy about this to me is you mentioned the dividend check. The thing with a bank is if you have a mortgage and it's with Bank of America, they have PMI on a lot of these loans. They have a 0.5% that they make at least 50 basis points on, whatever the loan is. It's more on auto loans. I think it's like up to 1 to 1.5%, depending upon the risk level. But that is, if you just account for that by itself, that's over 30% of the dividend check by just the interest payments, not even the bank fees or the closing costs or anything else.
So they make it all back. So they give you 2.5% in dividends, and then they give you a loan for 7% and make 4% on that.
And the thing is,
So
they've got enough
they're making their
cash
money.
to issue those loans themselves. They don't have to like go get a bond or something or into more debt. They are the lender.
Well, I mean, they've got more cash than the whole equity of a lot of companies.
In some countries.
Yeah.
Like that's big. I do we think though that like Warsh is getting called in? So here's the question that I've got. Warsh gets confirmed. Do you think he's going to raise or lower rates?
I don't know, man. That's a hard one because he says he's not going to acquiesce to Trump, and his track record is raising. But I think I think there's a chance that he lowers them slightly,
Even with inflation, boy,
even with inflation.
That'd be reckless.
It would be. I think for the short term, he doesn't do anything. I think he keeps it as it is.
Look at that 10-year growth rate on their dividends. This is a dividend growth stock. That's
Yeah.
what these guys are. They're not a growth stock though. The price of the stock is pretty expensive. But that's like every stock in the stock market right now.
Right.
Everything's expensive. So
And we should have bought them a year or two ago if we're going to buy them.
Oh yeah, we looked at them. There was a reason why we didn't.
Because we had Copa America and
Oh yeah, Comerica. So if we take the very bottom, 25 bucks a share to 50, that doubled.
yeah.
And we sold
We-
Comerica. When did we
But
sell
we
them?
thought, yeah, a few months ago, what, 6 months ago,
November?
maybe?
November?
Yeah.
All right.
But
let's
we
skip
thought
that.
Comerica was going to be the better growth option than Bank of America, which it was because Fifth Third bought them out and they doubled, right?
I sold them too soon.
Yeah, we didn't get any of that, but
That's funny.
so that was our reasoning to get in that before Bank of America, and it was a good reason. We were right. It just we didn't capitalize on it.
That's why we tell you guys to fact check us. Get your financial advisors. Still
Fact
made
that.
like 50% or something. Like we made pretty good money.
Have you
But-
seen that commercial? Fact them.
No, I have to watch that. Okay, so this next one is AT&T. Look at that.
still
We
waiting for my
bought them right
fiber.
at their bottom. So, not a growth.
It's a roller coaster.
Yeah. What are they paying now? Because we sold them.
4.45%.
It's about what we said.
Yep.
Flat. Yep. Okay. And then obviously well covered as well.
Well covered.
That's a good thing. Okay. What about their debt? And I'm glancing at this one because we've looked at AT&T 500 times. So if people are wondering, why are you doing that? That's why, because we've seen them many times.
I'm willing to bet that that Huntington, Schwab, all the other banks are doing the same thing.
They're stockpiling cash too.
Yeah.
This is quarterly. Actually, I forgot they only report that annually. Let me go like that. Maybe they're not stockpiling cash. Nope, they're not. They're staying flat. Although, not when you take it out over 5 years. They sitting on money.
Yeah, they spent and then they built it back up.
They issued $14 billion of debt. Oh, they issued a lot of debt. Okay. But they've still been paying it back. Okay. That's overall positive direction, but then the other thing that you would expect for them to see is not flat numbers like that. That's the problem with debt, man. Once you get into it, it just eats you alive.
What happened in
Forever.
22?
That's when we bought them. That was a bad year for them.
Yeah.
And that was
That
a
was
good
when they spun
opportunity.
off Universal
Yep. Warner Brothers stock.
or Warner Brothers. Yeah. Universal's Comcast.
I like the company. I'm just not seeing them as a value mismatch or growth, but I think that has more to do with the overall market than it does AT&T. That's what I'm seeing in a lot of these companies. Like Disney looks good. AT&T relatively looks better than they used to, but oh, that doesn't look better. Actually, no, it does. Okay, so they're still.
It's,
He's doing when he told us he's doing everything he said he was going to do. So I don't see any problems. It's expensive. Everything's expensive right now.
yep. And it's still going to be a few years.
Ah.
I'm still waiting for my fiber, Brett.
Yeah, man. What's the
It's
deal?
not in my neighborhood yet.
Sponsor this horrible channel so that we may have better internet.
Get rid of your DSL that you got in my area.
This next one's his competition is Verizon. This showed up on the screener, so I'm looking at it. We're gonna see. That looks better. That looks better too. That does not. But it's not a huge jump. It's like a couple million shares. Okay. This is what we say. It's no growth stocks. AT&T's like this too. They're giants. It's hard to grow market share when like you already are in all of the United States. I mean, if you don't believe them, just go look at. They kind of say complete country coverage from end to end. Like they're pretty saturated. This is a very saturated market.
Eventually, you get towers everywhere, and people just have it or they don't.
Operating income. AT&T's numbers look a little. I mean, these are less violent, but
right.
Look a little bit more like a comeback story than Verizon does.
Net income
down and down. Somebody's taking their lunch. Somebody's taking their market share.
T-Mobile.
Is that who's doing it?
Yep.
Well, Verizon used to be like the premium of the premium, and now they're just expensive.
It was AT&T, and then Verizon overtook them as being like the largest carrier and the most satisfied customers. T-Mobile they bought Sprint and something else, so they're now actually larger than Verizon.
And they're piling cash up too. What about their dividend yield? They still like, so I'm blazing through this, and they look expensive still. That's an awesome track record. Look at that. 2% every year.
67 and 148.
They are not as prepared as Bank of America is.
No.
But I don't think
or AT&T.
Yeah. Okay. Man. Maybe I'll just do a bond. Do one of those things again. T-bill. Yeah, short-term stuff. I'll do a 30-year bond on a 4-year channel.
Look up T-Mobile after this.
I don't know what symbol that is.
No, it's I don't know.
Because they changed, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Help us out, people. TMUS. TMU. Yeah, somebody asked us to look at this one a while ago. It's like tetanus. BCE.
Tetanus.
What is BCE? 2 to 1. 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 Do you know who BCE is?
Business summary.
Must be out of the United States. It's British Canada A telephones.
Wireline, internet, television.
You didn't even laugh.
Canada. It is Canada.
Hey. Okay, 1880. Wow, that's an old company. We'll look at that in a minute. I want to look at T-Mobile.
$205 billion market cap.
Man, they grew. They grew fast.
Oh yeah,
right.
when you buy all your competition. 41, 242. That's not bad.
Whoa. Wow. You think that's book cooked, or is that the actual EPS? Because the peg, that's low.
That is.
I think some of that's maybe some acquisitions or something. Maybe they got some money. Check their cash flow numbers, see what they have. Their shares outstanding look good. Liabilities, not so much. Assets they're up, but they're not as much as liabilities. Income statements,
80 to 88 billion.
flat.
Well, their operating's up.
That's not flat. Yeah, you're right. Net income,
That's grown.
wow, almost 4 times. Okay. What'd they do? Replace all their people with AI? Look at that. Yeah,
Cash for
okay.
operations doubled. Retiring stock.
Yeah, that's their buybacks.
Yeah.
Spartacus, if you look at the cash dividends paid, this is what I'm talking about. When they pay their dividend, it comes right out of the books. So if a company cuts their dividends, it's not necessarily bad for the price of the stock. I usually look for companies that do that. For example, AT&T, because the stock goes way up after that, and it did, and we made 100%. So let's see. They went
Cash
from
is down.
Yeah, it is. It is down. It's at half. T-Mobile does not look as good as I thought they would. So where's all that money going with Verizon? Where do you think? Where do you think?
No clue.
All right, so we bought Comcast last month. I'm curious.
They're at their low.
They're still, yeah, okay.
Buy more.
Can we? I don't know if we can. 8,000? No, we really
8,000.
can't.
Yeah, we bought a lot of them, didn't we?
I want to buy more, but
You'd have to split it. If you bought more of them, you'd have to buy more of something else to equal it out.
like I said, every time I buy a stock, it drops like, what was it, 7.5% for us? So we didn't buy it at their high, but still, just wait a week or two. You'll get a great deal. That's what happened here. That's funny. Let's see.
Dividend growth.
There's your pay raises.
Single digits.
7% is pretty good. When's the last
That's
time?
Decent. It's
like any of my
5.3.
jobs.
26, 382. They can afford it.
Yes, they can. And then I want to look quarterly because we've been laser focused on their annual payments. So they should have, yes, they do. They have it now. Okay. Okay.
Slightly down. More down.
Yeah. Okay. Total. Yeah, still paying that. So these are all going the right way. Every single number. Okay. Income statement.
Revenue's
Spartacus,
up.
you've made a good dividend check on AT&T. They've been pretty good to you then. was pretty alarming when they cut their dividend, but they were paying like what 10% for what 5 years?
9%.
They
It was
can't
a
afford
lot.
that. I mean, that's too much. Even as a shareholder, I was saying this is ridiculous. You need to cut it. Um, Revenue's up. Operating expenses up by more. So what does that do to their operating income? Down. That's
Down.
about what I would have expected. Okay. Net income also down. Comcast is like laying a lot of fiber too, though.
They are.
Telecom media giants have big problems with infrastructure, just like banks with loans and assets. Assets go down, the bank. Watch what happens to bank stocks if the market does actually implode. They're going to get brutalized, and we will be right there ready to make sure they stay in business. Here's my
cash.
money. Take my money. Cash from operations.
Down.
Unless we don't have jobs, because that would suck too. They've been piling up cash too, though.
Mm-hmm.
From 7 to 9.5. Those are about what I expected. It's a huge company, so I wouldn't have expected Comcast to do much in the way of like astronomical growth, but that's not why we bought them. I bought them because of this. They're at their 5-year low, and their
And they pay a
revenue's
good
up.
dividend.
Yeah, they're making more money. In fact, here I'll go show them that in just a second. Look where they're. I mean, you can ignore their foot. This is the day traders. You can just cut the top off of that mountain. But like
Mhm.
you go back to when is that? 2016. Yeah, so 2016 they're trading at about $34 a share. They've been doing that for the past 10 years. Now they're down to 25 almost. And if you go back and you look at their earnings, this is like where value mismatch territory comes in with me. Look at their revenue. For the past, this is in 10 years, so you go back 10 years, it's even more than this. But they've been growing their revenue and they've been growing their operating income, not as much, but like the net income is way up. Even if that was an anomaly, it's still better than where it was at like 14 billion back 5 years ago. So this is one that the FOMO guys jumped in on, and the day traders are like, ooh, capitalize on the FOMO, and they did. And the stock got brutalized, so it didn't make any sense. And here's exactly the sentiment. Market Edge. The reason why I typically disagree with Market Edge is not because Market Edge is bad. Market Edge is a very technical type of analysis. This is all the people that are doing the day trading. That's what they watch. So they check the fear and greed. Here's all your candle charts, the 50-day moving average. They check that. So when you buy a stock and you're looking at the 50-day moving average, you're not buying the company. You're buying like you're gambling. Basically,
Yep.
you're buying what other people think. So we don't typically agree with them because that's not how we buy stocks.
It's a short sell candidate, is what it says.
In Markets Edges, in their defense, they do show on the stochastic oscillator that they are a little bit oversold. So they do agree with us a little bit. But yeah, I think
Lumen.
where'd you
This
see that?
graph is similar to another company, Lumen. I have never seen a company fall so much.
Yeah, I had stock in Lumen.
Lumen.
That was one of the three that I said I'd never like. I don't lose money on stocks, but there were three that I did, and Lumen was one that just got destroyed. They recovered, and I sold them. Which now I feel like that might have been a bad move because
AT&T's buying them, aren't
yeah,
they?
yeah, because like all of a sudden, like oh come on, man. But they paid a big dividend for a long time, and they just here you go.
They fell.
I did not sell them when they were down here. I did not sell them, but I bought them like around here. I think it was 2018, somewhere around here, 2019 when I bought them. They didn't. They were under 15, but yeah, they got up to 10. I thought, okay, well, I got 30% because they paid 9% dividends. They paid pretty big dividends. I got
Yeah.
that for 2 3 years. And I thought, okay, well, if I got that, I got 20 30% on that. I got 937. I'll take a 20% hit because I wanted to deploy the capital somewhere else. But now I'm thinking, well, maybe that was a mistake and they'll go back up because of the AI thing. But who knows?
But they're in like danger of being delisted.
They were when they got to that point because I had 20,000 in Lumen stock. It's like, ooh, maybe normally. So when I talk stocks, I normally buy. Usually, it was about 30,000 per share personally. $30,000 worth, not shares. And now I think I'm going to move that up to about 35,000. But again, that's 25 years of investing. So don't just think like I'm doing an amazing thing on my own.
That wasn't all at once.
No, it was not all at once. It took time. SM Energy. This is another one that hit our list. Independent energy company engages in acquisitions, exploration, development, and production of oil and gas and natural gas liquids in the United States. We don't have a lot of energy companies. We have XYL, and what else do we have? We sold? I think we sold some of those. Do we still have Chevron? What do we have?
Yeah,
Who do we have
we
left?
still have Chevron at the bottom there.
Do we? We do. Okay,
Yeah.
so we have Chevron.
I guess Xylem
Xylem is, I don't think.
or water.
Yeah, they're more like industrial than anything.
Yeah.
All right, so these are a candidate. You could look at them. I have some yet. I never sell at a loss. I agree with that. I would only caution against what I have is called indecision constipation. Over analysis, can't say that.
Paralysis by analysis.
Yeah. Sometimes a company will just sit there. So, like, let's say you did that, and like my stock with Lumen, I put some of that Lumen stock into Intel. And Andrew, if you're out there, you know I did that. Intel went up 500%, so I lost 20%, which is $4,000 on a $20,000 stock, and then I went up by a lot more. So I mean, don't let that hold you back, like a drop from making good decisions later on, because the nice thing about the stock market is it can correct itself based on fundamentals. Like eventually the fundamentals will get through, and eventually all the fear and greed and hype will catch up to it normally.
They gotta be patient.
Yeah, it's just patience the killer.
Yeah, we do have Devon Energy too.
Look at this. This is like watching the movie Cars, where he becomes too old to race. He's like, no, he's fading fast. No. What are they paying? They are, oh, okay.
Oof. They're getting up there.
Yeah, that's too tight. Well, Hormuz is probably causing some of that if they really are they're in the United States only though, aren't they? Yeah, these are United States company.
It's all United States, yeah.
Okay. Huh. How do you think the European crisis with oil and the lack of refinement from the stuff coming out of the strait is going to affect these guys, if at all?
I don't think it'll affect them other than maybe the manufacturing process.
Hmm.
The machines they used require oil. That's about it.
Oh, this isn't Xylem. This is the supplier. This is the consumable fuels people.
Right.
Total assets almost
Up.
double, 40%. Of liabilities increased. Okay, so what do we at?
Not as much.
That looks good. That looks good. Shares outstanding also looks good. Operating expenses are down. Wonder Wonder why.
Income is up.
Wow, income's up a lot. They better not have fired a whole bunch of people. I don't like it when companies do that. 36 to 640. Yeah, wow. That's 20 times. And that's not even their best year.
They had a bad year in 2021.
Nobody was driving.
Or they grew.
Okay. I don't mind what I see here.
I think I need to go into the news on these guys to see what they're doing. Because I don't know much about them.
This is the first one in the whole stream that we've been looking at that actually looks decent. There's your investments.
Cash from operations up 90%.
And they're not diluting because their shares are going down and they're not issuing massive amounts of debt, which lines up with their liabilities and assets. So, and they're this is a good one. Although, wow, I don't like that. No cash? It's just like my company.
They spent it all that year. Look at, they had 16 million, spent 616 million.
That's like my company. Don't do that.
But they ended up with 368 million, right?
Yeah, but whoa, that's a red
Look,
flag.
they had a penny in 2021.
$10,000.
Started out with a penny.
Is that millions? Hey, my company actually had more money than these guys did in 2020.
2021.
I don't like that. It's a cyclical industry, so you need some money to cover that.
Yep.
I mean, look at where are we at? Chevron. Look at Chevron.
They probably got hit with a big tax bill. 616 million.
Probably. Chevron's cash. Meanwhile, this is a much bigger company, so
Much
obviously.
bigger.
There we go. Cash. Do it.
6.7 billion to 7.2 billion.
Even after they did their transition out of California.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they've got $7 billion more.
I like everything on SM except for the lack of cash. Having cash is like a payroll buffer. Because so what if they have a bad year or a bad quarter? If they can't cover, you're completely relying on your operations. Now, granted, you don't want to be a cash only business. That's silly, but you need some. My company is at least 4 weeks ahead on payroll, and like I don't like going below that. I want to try to get it to, like, the best I had it was in 2022. We had less employees though, but I had 5 months ahead on payroll. I was way ahead. I was like, this is exactly where I wanted to be. And then tax bills came, and it just kept, the company grew, and so now I'm trying to build that back up. So. But yeah, this is zero. Cool, man. Now it's not zero now. It's 368. But holy crap! I wonder if
they got hit in the fourth quarter there. Look at that 0.0000.
It's all operating. There is something to be said for not holding a lot of cash, but zero is too little. I can't buy these guys because of that. That's too bad. That leaves BCE. The Canadian company. Unfortunately, we probably won't buy them, Spartacus, because I think we pay a foreign stock fee. So, did you see what Siri prices were in 2009? I have some of that after the split, and I never sold them. I have not. Let's look at Campbell Soup real quick first. Oh man, it knows I searched for it already.
Oh, of course.
AI is like, why don't you just listen to me? I told you everything you needed to know. Even if it was wrong. I am surprised at how close AI is getting now, though.
Every year they're better.
Hmm. How much do you think these people make?
Not as much.
Look at that smile. He is smiling like a man who makes good money,
I'm sure he makes $1 million a year.
at least. All right. Bad press, flat product sales, staple snacks that are not at least considered healthy, but they're cheap products. With the price of everything else going up, I see an opportunity. As far as macroeconomics are concerned, a company like Campbell's Soup is well positioned to at least do well if the market crashes. Now, I'm talking about a market crash, which does not mean that Campbell's Soup is going to go up. I mean, it's not going to get bludgeoned as bad as like a bank would. So, yeah, that is a bad report. Q2.
That is
That's
not good.
they had a bad 2 quarters.
Yeah.
Earnings before income
They're losing
tax.
money.
They are losing market share. Adjusted EPS 0.51 for the quarter. That's at 2 for the year. That's not good. We like this one. So here's their products. They've got obviously Campbell's, Rayo's, Campbell's Chunky, my favorite soup. Swanson's, Prego, V8 Pacific, Pepperidge Farms. Every time I see that, I get surprised by that. For some
You
reason,
do.
I don't remember.
You keep forgetting that
I
it's
keep forgetting.
kettle chips,
It keeps me honest.
I guess.
Remember that one time back when we were 25?
Yes, you've told me this 20 times. Every time I see you, you tell me that story.
I do.
Who are you again? Chunky.
Creamy lemon garlic sauce? Wait a minute. Would you eat that?
That's more of a
It's a sauce.
marinade. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
put it in chicken and stuff. It's not a soup.
Butter chicken sauce. Thai
Yep.
curry sauce. Now I'm hungry.
I'm kind of getting hungry too.
Why are we looking at this company? We're just gonna make them money just because we bought their food. Look at that. Q3 2026. So this is think about the products they have and think about the way the prices of food is going, and then come back to what they sell. They're selling granted, they should probably go into healthier snacks. I think they'll get there eventually. But they're making products that people can afford in an economy that's not going to go well. If Warsh does lower rates, that's going to create even more inflation, cause a bigger problem later on. So in order for this to actually not look good for Campbell's Soup, he's going to have to do that. And I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think they're either going to raise rates if the strait stays closed, or they're going to keep them flat. And I think it's like what you said, Brian.
I think they're going to keep them flat.
Rayos is up 14.5%.
Spartacus, this whole sector is on the streets of bitterness. Jizz, CAG, and Campbell Soup, and others.
What'd you just
but
say?
I have been buying.
Yeah, General Mills, CAG is another one. These guys are just the problem people don't think about is, sure, they're not healthy, but the infrastructure, the same thing with Intel. Intel had billions upon billions of dollars of factories and knowledge and shipping routes and logistics. Like, they had all of this infrastructure, and people are like, Intel sucks. Like, well, okay, maybe they had a bad run of it for a while, but it doesn't you can't undermine all of the other stuff. They're trading below their book value. Net sales dropped 5%.
Ouch.
Yeah, I heard there was a storm that hit some of their facilities. So tariffs pressured margin. Yeah, that's the aluminum tariffs. I believe that. And in case you're wondering, I don't know if this will come through in the chat okay, but if that doesn't work, it might. Go ahead and just go to Google, search for Campbell's Investor Relations, and we're looking at their Q2 earnings presentation. So this is pretty recent. I think it
You
came
sent them a
out.
Chrome extension.
I did. Sorry, guys. You might the link in there might be okay. Um, when was this? Come on, give me the date. You're not gonna tell me? They're not gonna tell me. Oh wait. No, that's not right either. That's not when they did it. Oh well. Okay, so we need to go back to where we were. Goldfish progress. They need to make healthy goldfish.
Nobody would buy it.
Vegetable fish.
Like veggie straws,
Or algae fish. Kelp fish.
algae, sea feet. Sea. They got Harry Potter goldfish and Pikachu.
You know, sadly, I think people they would think, oh, it's super healthy, and they'd buy it. It could be the most ugly, gross sounding name in the world, and you'd get like some guy wearing a turtleneck sweater going, healthy. It would go viral because of that.
Try new seaweed.
Never mind the salt.
That's what makes it taste great. Salty snacks, premium, better for you
Milano?
brand.
Milano's got 4 quarters of consecutive consumption growth. Did you know that?
No, I mean they're good.
I didn't know that. I do like kettle chips. Man, now I'm hungry. Dang it. We got to wrap it up. See? Even the thing says we got to wrap it up.
Wrap up. They should at least make goldfish in the shape of something healthy
Like
instead of
broccoli.
fish.
Call it broccoli fish.
Guacamole.
They're having a bad time, but I don't honestly. I mean, do you really think all these products are going to go away? All those facilities? No. There's no way. Like, this isn't like Lumen where they're just getting destroyed. This is stuff that people they eat. I mean, there's bread in here. You don't want bread?
I think anything, if they keep going down, 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 it just sets them up for some sort of like takeover or buyout.
I think General Mills is in the same boat too. So Spartacus for next week, I think I want to take a look at probably, or even next month, maybe not next week, but CAG and GIS. We should probably keep those on our radar because I think they're getting bludgeoned as well. And we're a floor first investor group, so we like making sure that we can pay in bad scenarios. We get paid when nobody else is. People jumping out of buildings, we're not.
Yep.
I don't like that margin though. It's so tight. How do you fix that with declining sales? If they fix it, I want them to tell me.
Yeah, you can't.
So they're thinking prior guidance was -1% to 1%. Now they're thinking -2% to 1%. To -1. Oh, they dropped to 2%. Yeah. Okay. Adjusted earnings. So now they're thinking, yeah, they did negative revisions.
Ooh, yeah, they're doom and gloom for the next year.
Pop Secret and Noosa business divestiture is expected to have 1% impact. All right, so let's theory craft for a minute. If the economy starts taking a dump, do you think Trump's going to pause tariffs?
No.
You don't think he will?
Nope.
Boy, he doesn't care as much as people think he does if he doesn't.
I don't think he does. I think he gets what he wants and then he does it.
We also have a spending problem, too, that tariffs aren't by themselves going to fix.
Right.
I see an opportunity, but I don't like the numbers that are lining up with it. They're not like Intel. The government had $12 billion they owed Intel, and their margins were fine. When we go and we look at Campbell's Soup and we look at their statements and we look at annual, because we don't want to look at quarterly, their assets are up, right? They're 30% increase. Their liabilities, they're only
Are
up.
also up.
Is that the same amount?
Yeah.
So what do we got? 850. So we're looking at 1700 for 20%. So 324. So 210. That's about 26%. And then assets are, yeah, they're about the same. Okay. You did that faster than me. Their shares are the same. Their income statements, total revenue is up. Even so, like during the pandemic, these guys got pretty good run of it. People buying canned goods and stuff. This one though,
I think they go back up once. And it's not even once Trump is out of the office. I think they go back up.
this is what's killing them. Retooling from 7 to 9.
Yeah.
That's 21% almost.
I think if you buy these guys, you wait till Trump is out. You wait till RDJ's out. Not RDJ. RF Jr.'s out. Because if the Democrats win, I think Campbell Soups wins.
What if they don't?
Even if Vance, I think if Vance won, I think he is part MAGA, part old Republican. I think.
You don't think he would be as harsh?
I don't think he keeps quite the food czar attitude.
I get the push for healthy food, and I think they should, but I don't
They
think
should.
I think they should incentivize it, not punish it. That's what's going on, is they're punishing it.
Right.
You can't just like tell the lady who's shopping for her kids in the grocery aisle, you buy a banana, be healthy. I tried that at my own company with somebody and she got pissed off and rage quit. So you can't do that.
No. Well, if you're going to give them the choice of salty snacks that are researched up the wazoo to psychologically make you want more and to drink more from eating it, then not alcohol, but just drink in general, then they're definitely going to pick that, especially if that choice is $1 less than the healthy choice or 50% less, you know? That you'd either have to get rid of the choices and have only healthy choices, or give them the information and hope they make the right choice.
I would do both. Give them the information and make the healthy foods, but also still sell the stuff that we have.
Like everybody knows smoking's bad for you. There is indisputable evidence that smoking is not great for your health or your lungs, and the chance of cancer is greatly increased, and emphysema and all these other things. But it's still a choice, and people still smoke, right?
Well, same thing could be said for ice cream. You talk to a doctor that tells like the worst food in the world for you, but people still have it all the time. It's okay to have a snack or a treat every once in a while. Not like don't make that your lunch.
Don't eat a half gallon every day,
But yeah,
in moderation.
Man, they're still expensive. I don't know. I like them. I don't know how much I want to put into them. Probably not much. I think this is going to be a pretty light month for us.
Okay, how much is our T-bills going for? 4%?
They've been going up because people aren't buying them. We can look at that. Let me take a quick look at this British Columbian. No, it's
No, Canadian.
Canadian Wi-Fi. Sorry.
Hit the
PC.
read more,
You gonna read it?
and then scroll down.
Ah,
What'd you do?
I clicked show more.
Scroll all the way to the bottom.
Verdun, very France.
We're done. 1880. I don't know where Verdun, Canada is. What province is that in? Let me look.
It's right next to A. We can't do this one because of the foreign stock fees. Unless like Canada becomes a province of the United States, which that's
Becomes
never
a
gonna
state.
happen. That's never gonna
Montreal,
happen.
Quebec.
It's a good thought, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
It's a borough of the city of Montreal, located in the province of Quebec, Canada. So
Assets
they've been
are
trying to secede from the Union from Canada for a long time, Quebec.
they
They
have
might actually get it if Saskatchewan and Alberta and British Columbia do it.
assets are up less than their liabilities. It's only a couple percentage, but it's enough to look at it. They're also diluting their shares a little bit. They went from 909 to 933. Look at their income statement. Revenue is down over the last 5 years on average. Operating expenses are up, not by much, not enough for me to say anything. It's not meaningful. Operating income is down by about 25%. Net income, however, is all over the place. This is more like a probably. So they had 239 million and then 4.7. If you divide that by 2, you got about 2.4 this year and then 2.2 this year. Or you could just say 2.2, 2.4. It's pretty flat. Net income's about flat. Okay. Okay. Cash flow statement. Well, let's go look at these guys. What do we got? Cash from investing. Whoa, they're spending money. They're probably doing infrastructure. Telecom company has to stay current, and that's expensive to do that.
Let's see here. Under U.S. Canada tax treaty, this rate is reduced to 15%. There's a 15% tax, foreign tax
Yeah, that's why we can't do it.
withheld.
We had that with Honda. It was annoying. BCE, I mean, if you're in Canada, it's probably a decent dividend payer, but it's not for us. We practically live in Canada, but
We're close.
we're very
Very
close.
close.
Yeah. Okay. That explains. See, you mentioned the like if they cut their dividend at Pfizer, what happens to them? When was that? A couple quarters ago? Let's see. Let's look at this. Dividend 31. Oh, I can't see it. Camera's in the way. 72. Yeah, so they cut it. 59, 73, 52, 43. Yeah, there it goes. 51, 31. There's the cut. So here's your cuts right here. This is the people that were only investing in them just for the dividend checks. What you're going to see is if their earnings come up and the EPS goes up, that the stock price will come back up, and then therefore the people will come back, and then you'll get the dividends again. This is not a sale stock. This is not a growth stock either. But okay.
There's a short growth, but you're not looking at year after year.
Yeah, that's like our play with Comcast. We're going to hold on to them for maybe 2 years, maybe 3, and if they still look good, we'll keep them. If not, then we'll move on like we did everywhere else. Let's look at, you said bonds, right? Or T-bills?
T-bills.
I don't remember how to find them in this. Let's do research. Bonds and CDs.
Bonds and CDs.
They hitting 5%? They're close to 5%. I'm probably going to do this. Hello? There are
Yeah,
no
I want to
bonds.
see what everybody's saying.
Oh, I agree. Okay, fine. Whatever. Yes, I consent.
4 point. Yeah,
They're not there yet.
not
Those
there
are
yet.
CDs. Bonds are, oh, people have been buying them. Okay. The doom and gloom has subsided a bit. Let's look at CDs. Oh, they are going up though.
4%.
Yeah. Let's do 6 month. So here's the problem.
Not any better.
Go to 10 years, you're at 4.3. So the short term stuff is almost at the 10-year rates. When these go up even more, if assuming they do, and they hit the 10-year rates, you got a big issue. The people who bought the 10 years, which is mostly governments and like banks and stuff, they end up losing money. So that causes big problems. You've got Philip Morris. That's funny. I'm surprised you don't have Altria Group, or is that MO? I think
He's
that
got
might
them
be-
all.
He does have them all.
And he had AT&T and Verizon. And he had...
Yeah, that is Altria Group. Okay, we thought that Altria Group should get into like snacks or something because they have massive amounts of warehousing and logistics and stuff, and they're been
Yeah.
retooling. I'd like to see them do it.
I think they should get into marijuana.
Yeah. I mean, they're if for a business, yeah. I mean, considering what they do, they're a good fit for it. I
But
don't
just
agree
got
with what that is,
descheduled.
but this is one of those really hot talked about YouTube stocks too.
Oh, yeah.
Altria Group. They talk about office realty a lot too. PM. Philip Morris. Yep.
Yep.
And UVP. Boy, he really does have them all. And BTI. We somebody asked us to look at BTI a couple times. Ooh,
They're at their high. They went up.
you might want to take a look at maybe repositioning BTI.
5% dividend.
Yeah. Ask your stock guy to look at BTI a little bit more in depth because they're at their 5-year high almost. Or no, wait, they really are. Like today, they are at their 5-year high right now.
Mhm.
That's a sell opportunity for me. I don't know, Brian, man. If I go back and I look at what we got, I go by the worst performing ones we have. Kimberly Clark could do them.
They're still at 7,000 though, cost basis.
Yeah. It's the problem when you buy these is you got to wait. They bought Kenvue, and I think this is because of that.
They got left with a hot potato.
They actually went after the hot potato. Like they wanted it. It was there, just like my potato.
Well, maybe they could do something better with it.
Yeah, these numbers don't look great, but that's probably because of that. I would imagine you're going to see either the liabilities jump on these guys or the cash flow decrease or a mix of both. All right, so they dropped because of that. They were actually doing pretty good in our portfolio before they decided to do that. Total assets, this is gonna go up when that finalizes, and so will this. But these are like that's the right direction. And then if
For
you
now.
look at the total shares outstanding, that's also the right direction. So that doesn't justify the massive dip, but you're also not seeing the stuff that's coming out with what they're doing this year in these numbers. This is bidets. Bidets are killing them.
My worst is really horror now.
Whirlpool? Yeah. That was a staple company for decades.
Oh,
And then
heck
they
yeah. Kenmore and Roper. Remember Roper?
Sears too. Sears was one of those that like you can't. It's like they said about the housing market. You can't go wrong with it. And
Can't
And they
swing a dead cat without hitting a Sears.
I mean, he was the guy that ran that place. Was in the Times Magazine and everything. And then they found out the books were getting cooked, and that was it.
That was a staple from my childhood. That and J.C. Penney's.
I worked at J.C. Penney's. That was my first like non-restaurant or paperboy job. uh, yeah, here's some of it. I don't. The acquisition's a lot more than that though. So, I forgot how much the acquisition was for. How much did they buy Kenview for? Can you?
Ah,
Sorry.
I'm your Jamie.
That can't be them financing it because I don't think it's hit the books yet. I don't think it's finalized yet. They don't. So as far as like,
48.7 billion.
oh,
November 3rd, 2025.
and how much in their liabilities come along with that? I would assume
Ken,
all of them, but how much do
Kenview
they have?
shareholders will receive $3.50 in cash plus 0.142625 shares of Kimberly Clark stock for each Kenview share they own.
Oh, okay.
Expected to close in the second half of 2026.
That's why they're getting bludgeoned. We gotta wait. We gotta wait. Can't do these guys yet. Well, that's not good. Bonds are not where we want them. T-bills, CDs, all those rates aren't right yet. Okay. What else we got? What else is in here that hasn't like gone up 5,000%? I hate this time of year.
Well, the problem I think we run into is what we want to buy, we already have a lot of.
Yeah.
So we need, if you want to balance it out, we could go Intel on like Comcast.
Could do an Alley Capital. If Warsh lowers rates, this an Alley's going to do well.
But
Could do
that's
more
a
Nike.
big if, man.
Do we really think
do-
Nike's off the woke train, though?
I mean, they're up since we bought them.
Are they going to stop doing things that like piss off God? Because you don't want to do that.
For now.
For
How long
now.
will it last, though? I don't know.
I mean, we could American States and Water.
PayPal. We could
Yeah,
add
PayPal.
2,000 into PayPal. That'd be a good one.
Yeah, they did. I think we jumped the gun on them. Although they have more risk than some of the other ones. Let's go look at these guys. So how would they do in a market crash scenario? I don't think PayPal would fare as well. I'm just reminding myself the numbers here.
Assets are down a little. Liabilities are down the same amount.
I love seeing this. This is awesome. This is why we bought them.
Stocks, they're buying back stock.
Yeah. And then the other thing was, where is it? Yeah, operating expenses are flat. And then where is it? Net income. The net income was also pretty, like they're acquiring companies while they're doing this. So overall, fundamentally, they got beat up and their financial position was stronger. So net operating income is the same, but they have less outstanding shares and they're paying back a lot of their debt. So, and they're sitting on mountains of cash, at least until the Venmo thing finishes. But I don't know. I think I wouldn't trust this one just yet. I like it. It's got that comeback story to it. I'm gonna have to toss this into AI and see what it says. So PayPal, we could do PayPal. I could do that. Could do Xylem, right? XYL, we could do that.
We could.
So PayPal, Xylem is two that we could do. Rumble, that's Procter & Gamble.
Rumble's up. They're back up to 8,
What?
up 9.5% today.
No. Dang it. It's not time yet. I don't have $1 million in Rumble stock.
They dropped down to 7, but they're back up now today.
PayPal and XYL could be okay. Rumble, man, that's annoying to me. I gotta see their earnings. It could be good. I like good for Rumble, but I want another Intel. We only have 4,000 in Rumble. We don't have enough. It needs to be more.
Yep.
XYL. Okay, so those are the two. That's so weird to me. These guys, what they do, the amount that they flow back and forth is just weird to me. You wouldn't think that a company like this would have that much volatility in it.
Market edge is it a void?
Mm-hmm. It's because they've been going down. Dividend yield, 40. Yeah, these are good numbers, better than PayPal's. Let's look at. You know, these guys don't look terrible. They don't look as good as PayPal for their balance sheet. Total revenue, that's up. Everything looks pretty decent for these guys. This is all quarterly. Let me real quick switch this. This is a boring stream. Sorry, guys. Sorry, not sorry. We got to do it. Total operating income, 1.2 billion. I like these guys to balance things out a bit more.
And they're close to their low.
Yeah, I think let me go back to see what else there is in there. I've got a couple portfolios, so if it seems like I'm confused, I don't look at this one as much as the others, so I think Xylem, from everything in our list, you're right about PayPal. I'm not sure PayPal is like that's more of a banking stock. They're sitting on a ridiculous amount of cash. They just bought Venmo. The numbers do look better on the balance sheet, especially the cash flow, than XYL. But I think that I want to know what the Fed's going to do before I dump more into it. They could be. I mean, if I look a little bit more into PayPal, that's so funny. Let's buy PayPal. Right there, like we bought them. Yeah, that's just like I said. You wait a week or two, and then buy after we buy, and then you'll get a great deal.
See, SoFi is trying to position them more like a bank, and PayPal is still more of a cash app.
That's what I'm worried about. If they try to become a bank, and the Hormuz Strait doesn't open back up, and Warsh does lower rates, inflation goes through the roof. People aren't going to be able to buy stuff like homes and whatnot because things are like it's just going to be. If a market crashes, PayPal, if it's positioned as a bank, is not going to do good. If it's positioned as a transaction-based cash app, I think they'll be okay. Meanwhile, XYL is just a cyclical thing that does machinery that people have to have. It's like for utilities. So in a crash, they're going to weather it better. The upside is less than PayPal. Like you're not going to make as much on XYL as you would with PayPal. But you're right. If you go back to, you have to go back to 2023, and then it was at their highs all the way back to 2020, roughly.
When did?
What were they making back in 2021? I think we looked at that last time before we bought them. What were you going to say?
Oh,
Come on, Brian, tell us. We're all waiting.
I didn't know that. PayPal acquired Venmo through Braintree purchase. They purchased Braintree, and Venmo just happened to be part of it.
This is what we're talking about when companies just acquire other companies and sell, and like it's the same companies in the market, they just have different names. Like we're going to spin off 3M and call it Solventum and then have another company buy it, just like Kenvue and Johnson. Like it's the same group of stocks. And every time you get a paycheck and you put that money into your 401k, it goes into the same bucket of companies. So you're probably not going to do too bad if you hang on long enough. I like XYL. I think as far as like macroeconomics are concerned, I think they're best positioned to weather it. Tom, you're being defensive. Yeah, I am. This time I am. Last month I was being opportunistic. Now I'm being defensive because
Better than being offensive.
I'm offensive every time I talk.
Exactly.
Are we going to miss the boat with Nike, though? Are they going to sail away into profit land and... So our real opportunities are maybe an Ally, maybe Nike, at least in this portfolio. All the stock screener stocks didn't really look that good to me. And do you disagree? Was there something in there you saw I didn't?
No, I don't have any problem putting into Nike either.
XYL looks pretty darn good right now. PayPal looks okay. They could have further to fall though because the acquisition had some pretty debt laden companies. They have a lot of cash to cover it, but their overall value of the stock, the market capitalization might drop. And I don't know if this is the drop or if it's going to happen again. But if they're treated like a bank and the economy still takes a dump, these guys are going to get hurt bad. Then I'll buy them. Kimberly Clark didn't look as good as I had hoped. Campbell's Soup, I want to. I really do.
You always got a hard on for Campbell's Soup.
Well, look at the numbers. I mean, they revenue's only down 10%, and the stock's down 43%. Like, I like that for what they are. So, what do you think we should do?
Let me see. Hang on. Give me a minute.
I have a similar IP, International Paper. I've held International Paper on and off for 20 years. They're very cyclical, but I don't think that's what you meant.
Or is that intellectual property?
Or IP address. I have purchased from Nike, so you're betting on the upswing too. That's a value mismatch if they get off the woke train. They got to stop it though. If they don't stop it, it's gonna do Bud Light. They're gonna do an Anheuser-Busch and just stay down.
I'm kind of leaning towards Nike.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we got $2,000 roughly total within the next week or so, what do I do? 1,000 into Nike and 1,000 into XYL?
Yeah.
Or do
I
I
wanted to
just
do
2,000?
Comcast, but we got way too much of Comcast already.
Yeah, 8,000. The top three are, well, top five are United Health, and that one started to recover already.
Yep.
Kimberly Clark, Campbell Soup. There it is again. Comcast, DEC, and Pfizer.
Yeah, I'd probably do. I would do Nike and
XYL.
yeah, XYL.
Would you do both, or would you just do like 500 into XYL and 1,500 into Nike? Or just all into Nike and check XYL next month? Machinery sales could go down if the tariffs hit them harder because these guys are not just in the United States. Doesn't really say that though, but I know they do business all over the place. Here, Xylem. Oops.
That's not it. Yelm.
Xylem. Actually, how many countries, or where is Xylem based, and how many countries do they do business in? At what percent per country? Come on, Google AI, give me the wrong answer so I can
Gemini.
be sure. 150 countries, and give me the breakdown. Oh,
In Washington, D.C.
let's see if it does it. I will be very impressed. When I started in 1997, after winning something, I got cheated in 2000, but I got up where I lost something was in the world. Oh, you were a WorldCom guy.
WorldCom.
I remember that.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
They fell hard. They're the Lehman Brothers of 2000.
They were. They were right there with pets.com, except they were much bigger.
And Pets.com actually came out of it eventually.
Eventually. So
Whereas WorldCom just ended.
So they've got Xylem's got 9.4 billion in revenue, and they are half of that is the United States. So 42% of their total revenue is scattered amongst 149 countries amidst a shipping, logistics, oil crisis. They're going to get hit. I mean, Nike is too, but they're not. Oh man. So I hate buying stocks in these markets. Crash first, then it's easy. It's easy when it crashes. It's hard right now.
They just pick anything.
You can buy anything. Everything's on sale. I hate it when they're expensive like this. Because I mean, if it's like the market crashes 40%, I'm just going to find like Bank of America. You saw what happened to them last time. It's like, here, have $100,000. They will do just fine. Mm-hmm. It's like now everything is just so inflated. So Nike, let's do the same thing with Nike. Given that when AI thinks it's right, and it's wrong, it's very sure of itself. Okay, so it's pulling in 19.6. It's about 40% of its worldwide sales. So they would get hit harder. And they're saying China's a high growth engine. Really? China's got a lot of debt. They've got a demographic cliff too. Do we think China's gonna like actually fulfill the Taiwan threat? They only have a few years to do it before their population starts getting a huge cliff.
You saw the video I sent you of baby Trump.
That was funny. I like that video.
No. What do you mean no? You were going to say Taiwan. You always say Taiwan.
We should put that in the stream next week.
That was a funny one, yeah. I got aircraft carriers. They're modern.
We'll do that next week. I think I can't figure it out, so I'm going to put in a half and half. What do you think? Half in a Nike, half in XYL.
Sure, I'm okay with that.
Let me double check something on Nike real quick first, though. I want to make sure.
Rumble's hit 10.5%.
Dang it, Rumble! Not yet. Sponsor us. Give us $100,000 in Rumble stock, and then you can grow. 10x, 30x. We'll be good. Please take me off payroll so I can pay the rest of my guys if something happens. Let's see. Quarterly. I want to check Nike's cash. That's what I want to do. They're still bleeding. This is a bad 5 quarters for them. I think they unfortunately earned that, though. Don't like that. XYL looks a lot better than Nike does. How about... But they have less shares outstanding by a big, like 10%. Almost 10%, not quite. Boy, this is a toughie. This is not an easy one. I'm going to stew on it a bit, but I'm thinking what we're going to do, and this is me. I'm thinking 1,250 into XYL and 750 into Nike. I'll move them up to about, because they're 2,200. That'll move them to $3,000, and XYL will get to just above that. So they'll be pretty evenly matched. A little bit more into XYL than Nike, and then we can watch Nike manage the tariffs and all of the labor issues that they're running into. Buy line. Buy a line. What are you, AT&T? Line stock. We can go look at them.
Line.
An REIT. Oh, industrial one. I can't do it. Taxes.
Lineage.
So when in my company, so Spartacus, I have an S corporation as a business. It's an IT company, and the reason why I do the channel is because I take the extra money the company gets, which isn't a lot, but I invest it and I pay benefits. So like my employees get 100% medical benefits. They get HSA, $450 a month into that. They get all the like short-term, long-term disability, vision, dental. That's all paid for. They're on 410 work hours per week. Brian doesn't do that. He doesn't want to do that. I don't know why. 3 weeks PTO, 1 week vacation of sick time. So 3 weeks, sorry, a vacation, 1 week of sick that they get. They get all the holidays from that. They can go to the gym twice a week, once during the remote day, because they get 1 day a week remote. We pay for all mileage. So 100%, if you go anywhere to the customer sites, it's all paid for. They get about $3,000 of tech gear every year. Some of that's just because it's an IT company. We have to stay current. We also have like a gym match where we pay $75 for a cell phone and $100 a month for a gym match, so they can have that gym membership. We also match. It's not a match. It's so I should say it's a deposit. It's not really a match. We put in 3.5% into the 401k, so you don't have to put anything in to get the 3.5%. You just get it. In addition to that, if we have extra money, which the IT market in West Michigan has been bleeding, so I haven't been able to do as many bonuses lately, but we usually give profit sharing as it comes up, and I publish the numbers for everybody to see that. So the way and how I do that, because we have a lot of small government, which doesn't have a lot of money, and we have a lot of nonprofit customers, which they don't have money either. So the way I do that is through investments. And you're like, oh, that's not true. Well, everything you see that I do here, I do personally at least 2 to 4 times as much. So when you look at this number, and assuming I've been doing this for 20 years, you can figure out that, yeah, that's how this is happening, especially when you look at this number. So I have to do this for the sake of my staff and like my family and my company. My company doesn't have any debt. So in respect to that, because I'm able to do that and we're able to pull off 20% per year, I pay a lot in taxes. It's like 39% at the top end, and we're right there. And unfortunately, when you look at Line is one of those companies that is an REIT. If you don't have a lot of income, REITs make a lot of sense. They're required by law to pay you a percentage of their profits in a dividend check. The problem is that's treated as ordinary income. So I pay the full 39% taxes on that dividend check. So for every dollar they pay me, I only take home 61 cents. Meanwhile, if I decided to buy like, I don't know, Campbell's soup that pays 7%, I actually take home somewhere around 60 cents on a qualified dividend. So it's different for like a high tax bracket person than it is for somebody who's not. So I can't do these based on that by itself. That's just
Lin-
me, and that's this portfolio. It could be different for you.
Lineage is based out of Novi.
Oh, are they?
Headquarters in Novi, yeah.
I wouldn't want to be in Detroit.
Well, Novi's nice.
Yeah, but Michigan's losing people, and that's the area they're losing it from. They're losing
There's
it
a
from
nice
Detroit.
Rochester Hills. That's a nice area.
It is. Detroit does have nice areas. I shouldn't rag on them too bad.
They have some very bad areas too, but
Yes, they do. um, Lineage Inc. So there you got my nerdy explanation.
a lot more than you ever asked for.
Yeah, sorry, dude, but I have to explain it.
You're marketing to them, trying to get them to join us.
No, I'm just explaining, like, if somebody says buy this, and I have to give them a good reason. So I want to make sure it's makes sense. Because sometimes REITs, like, here, look at this one.
Oh, I knew you were going to go there.
You knew. Look at these guys. Look at all them Ds.
Dividend.
Office Realty Corp is one of the biggest talked about YouTube stocks out there, and every YouTuber that doesn't necessarily know how to do financial analysis jumps on this bandwagon, and for good reason.
They're full
Look
of
at that.
D's.
Look at that. Dividend. So many dividends. There's everywhere. I
Every
think they pay
month.
monthly. Yeah. And they're go to dividends. I think they're able to pay that without too many problems either. Not anymore.
Oh,
I said that was going to happen. I didn't know how long it was going to take, but we're there. We finally got there. It took 3 years. Wow. I looked stupid for 3 years. Finally, I don't look stupid. Yeah, I think they're going to have to cut it at that number. But I think real estate, with inflation, so this is my take on the other take on line outside of taxes, especially the commercial space with AI and like demographics from where they are. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean where they do business. Just because they're based in Detroit doesn't mean they do most of their business in Detroit. But I would say that, like, if Warsh decides to raise rates, like the Fed probably wants him to do with inflation going through the roof, real estate and banking is going to get destroyed. So I would be very cautious to buy any one of these. And there's other ones out there that, I mean, I'm not just picking on these three, but that's why we had Bank of America stock in our screener this month. And it just, for that reason, I couldn't do it. I want to see what Warsh is going to do. I want to see what the Fed says about the economy. I want to see what the Beige Book says. And before I pull that trigger, and not to say that I'm right, but I'm more cautious than not. I've been through a few recessions, and I mean, goodness, look at Intel stock. We'll pull them up here for a second. Euphoria and
50%.
yeah, euphoria and pessimism can just, like, it defies logic sometimes. Look at this. For 4 years, I had Intel stock just putzing along doing nothing, like a dead cat, like you said. And then all of a sudden, boom, from $40 a share, under $40 a share, $20 a share, all the way up to over 100. 6x, 600%. And I bought a tractor. Thank you, Intel.
Mm-hmm.
I did. Paid tax bill and bought a tractor. But I mean, look at this. That doesn't make any sense. This is what happens. It's not just positive though. It does it the other way too. We showed you Bank of America earlier in the stream, where Bank of America went from $100,000 down to $16,000 in a few months. And if you were trying to sell that stock in that time, you probably couldn't sell it. And if you did, you got slapped across the face 15 times, like the Three Stooges. Because somebody's got to buy it if you're willing to sell it. So nobody's buying a stock when it's dropping like that. Maybe short sellers, but
Right.
but not normal people. So when I see this, I'm out. I can't do that. That's not, you don't build wealth and stable income on moonshots like that. It doesn't work that way. Because
It's nice when they happen.
yeah, that's why we look for value mismatches. We look for that, but we don't base our income this on that. I can't do that. Now, even in a recession, this could drop too. This could drop 20-30%, but we're still getting a lot of that. Will it do that? Probably not. Like I said, last time this happened during the recession, even during COVID, our income went up a lot. It was temporary, but it went way up for a few quarters. Like, wow, all right, cool. So I don't know. I think I'll go back to this before we end up the stream, but I think
Of course, during the COVID, like a lot of people got stimulus checks that put it into the market.
yeah, yeah, they did. Stocks were again ridiculous, just up and down. So I think maybe how about 800, making a nice round 3,000. So 800 into Nike and then the rest into XYL. What do you think?
Sure.
This entire market was manipulated. What Musk goes, yeah. Like I said, Brian made this point first. It's not my point, but every time that somebody puts money into their 401k, that 401k buys a mutual fund, and what's in the mutual fund? The S&P, the dogs of the Dow, the Dow Industrial. Like that's all the same companies. So you are feeding the beast.
Whether you like it or not.
Yep, every single person.
Hey, look, we're up another $1,000 today.
That was funny because last week it was down 3,000, 4,000.
I mean, the total value was 149 when we started this video.
Who is it? Who is it today? Day change. It's Rumble. Oh,
I told you they're up over 10%.
yeah, IBM. They're going to make some bank on all the weather reporting they got to do from El Nino. Who is not? Devon. Of course, Devon. Well, Devon's overall.
Yeah, they're cyclical. Intel's down a little. But none of them are like down that much other than Devon.
I know somebody who works at UPS, and he's saying they got robots on the line now. Actual robots, not machinery. That scares me, man. People got to have jobs. They got to have something to do. Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it between now and next week. So if you join the stream next week and this is still at 150, I did actually move some money and put it in here. But what will that do? That will give us, what's the dividend check on these guys? So cost basis. Where'd I go? There we go. Xylem. Oh, that's a tiny dividend. No
Yep.
big deal. Nike is
3.85.
That's a good 2.5%. So it should be $2,000, roughly $4 a month more. So we'll be almost at 390. Almost there.
Almost.
Get in there. $400 a month was our original thing. So the portfolio can live on its own. Very soon. This year is the year. We can keep doing this even if I don't have any money.
It just keeps funding itself.
It'll fund itself. Yep. All right. Anything else? I did not think Intel was speculative. I think that was a very fundamentally sound play.
Yeah.
So now they're a little speculative, but back at 50, no, they were still. That's only 3 times their book value at the time.
I figured they were going to go up. I didn't know how much, but they had to have gone up from where they were because they're being beat up so poorly.
When we talk speculation, you got to separate the fundamentals from the actual technical indicators. That to me, anytime the fundamentals don't match, like the historical PE and like earnings per share and all the numbers and letters and stuff that we use, Then you get into speculation territory.
Right.
Where we speculate the most is what macroeconomics are going to do compared to that.
Their
That's all. That's
earning
pure
potential was
speculation.
still there. You know, it's not like they were a terrible company and they weren't able to make money because their earning potential was still there. They just needed to get Foundry off the board. And once they do that, that's what we're betting on was Foundry.
Yeah, what I would say is more speculative is like Whirlpool. Are they going to recover? Probably not. Altria Group. Are people going to keep smoking, or are they going to position back into candy? That's speculative to me.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's it for me. You got anything else?
I don't at the moment, as far as this is all concerned. I've got Kajabi pretty much written up as to how I'm going to get it configured. I'll have that in and set for your review to see if you have any input, and then get that live. So that should be live soon.
I always have words and input, don't I?
You do.
There are many words. I'm good at words. Okay. Thank you for watching, everybody. I know the stream wasn't as like UFO-y, but I mean, we got to do it.
Next one will be more UFO-y.
Yeah, I'll try to make the next one a little bit better. So appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate you guys supporting us with what little we have. So next week will be Friday. It will not be Thursday.
Absolutely.
And Brian, you have a good trip.
I am planning on it. Just a long weekend, but Memorial. Or is Memorial? Yeah, Memorial Day weekend. So it should be fun.
I will be working on the house and probably trying to spend some time with family. Cool.
Get it done.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We will see you next week. And as always,
Happy investing.
happy investing.